Hello, everybody. Welcome to Super Good Advice number 5, I believe. Yeah, my name is Trey. I'm with Hudson today. We don't have Tristan with us. I'm pretty sure he's fucking passed out right now. I think he's not even conscious.
I think he's out like a light, man.
Yeah, not even conscious. We don't really have anything like super specific to talk about. It's like right before Shadowkeep. This is like the driest part that we could get to. We just haven't made a podcast in a while for a bunch of varying reasons. We were just both just kind of bored. Wanted to make one. So we just kind of plopped it on.
We're putting one together. It's been a minute.
We're trying. We're definitely trying. Fuck me.
We've missed a lot of, we personally haven't missed a lot of stuff. We know everything that's going on, but we haven't covered it in the podcast. But like you said, week leading into Shadowkeep, hype is pretty high across the community. I'm excited. I'm ready for it. But like you said, in the game right now, there's really nothing going on.
Yeah, but honestly, like not even a bad thing. I don't think I've launched the game in like 2 weeks. I've just been looking at Reddit, just looking at stuff on it.
Yeah, same. I hopped in for like 10 minutes this morning just to grab some bounties because I'm going to stack a few before Shadowkeep comes out.
I have been doing
and besides that, I haven't played the game or like really gotten into it for like 3 weeks, which is honestly a good thing. It's nice to it's to take a little bit of a breather, and then right when you hop in, the fresh content's out. Like you feel like, oh, like this is awesome. Like haven't played for a bit. This feels good. It's a nice breath of fresh air to get a little,
especially for me, man. Like just
break.
It's really hard to play Destiny with Borderlands out right now. For me, I fucking love that fucking game.
Absolutely.
I have so much fucking hours in that shit already.
Does it say you've already put in your fair share? Dude, I know I've completed
I think I have
it twice, but
I think I have like 110 hours right now already. Oh no, just tomorrow. It's kind of stupid.
That is
it's quite a bit.
It's pretty intense.
But also, I don't know how many people will know about this. I don't even know if you do, Hudson. I haven't mentioned this at all. Do you know what Cube World is? Ever heard of Cube World?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if I
it was a game
know
like
exactly
like 6 or 7 years ago. It was made by like one dude and like his wife, and it looked really interesting like a long time ago, and you could buy the alpha, but I'm not 100% sure exactly what happened with the alpha, but I know that it eventually it just like it stopped being developed, well, supposedly, and then he like took it off the store, so you couldn't buy it anymore, so very few people got to play it in that alpha stage. I was luckily one of them.
Right.
And it finally, 6 years later, finally we got news on it that it was launching, and it went into beta just a few days ago. And I've been playing that.
Wow.
And it's been
I have seen this before. It's like Minecraft kind of.
It looks like Minecraft.
Like
yeah, it's like a voxel type game, like voxel based, but it doesn't really play like it all. It's just a really cute little like RPG. You just kind of like explore the world and just like I don't know. It's just really charming. It's just a fun game to play. And I fucking loved it when I was like 12. I thought it was the coolest shit ever. But back in the alpha, there was not much to do. It was just kind of like a little tech demo thing. Man, like that shit was so exciting. Like I haven't even thought about that game in like 6 years. I just saw one post on Reddit about it. I got so happy as soon as I saw that Reddit post. I got so happy, and I've been playing that a fuck ton too.
Nice.
That shit's been. It came at a perfect time too. It's right before Shadowkeep.
Just to hold you over for like a couple days or a week, and then no life ensues.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be rough.
Dude, it's just like Forsaken last year, man. We were like,
dude, that was so much fun. That was like the most unprepared thing ever too, though, because like we knew Forsaken was coming out, but we were like none of us like took off time at work, and then you had wasn't it your appendix, right?
Yeah, that was appendicitis that put me out for a week.
Yeah.
The day before.
The day of the fucking expansion came out.
Yeah, that was awesome. Fucking Forsaken comes out. I'm in the hospital, and then I'm fucking back home, and
dude, I remember
just no life in it on fucking pain pills. Just
yeah, I remember that. I remember you woke up. I was already awake. And then you joined the thing. You're like, dude, fucking, we were waiting for Forsaken. It was like, I don't know, like probably like 9 or something. Doesn't it launch at like 11?
2 hours before, yeah, it launches at 11.
Yeah, it was right before the expansion launch. And you just sounded like fucking shit.
Oh, like, dude, like
you sounded awful.
not fun. Like,
But I
luckily
was
I
like, what the
don't
fuck
get like
happened to you?
addicted to that shit, but I had to have the fucking like Percocet like for the first 2 or 3 days, and then finally like the pain went away, but it was fucking awful.
No, you're just like, oh yeah, I had fucking.
Not fun.
Didn't you like? Did your appendix? It didn't burst, right? It just got
Nope, I just
real
had
swelled up.
acute appendicitis, and it was like
You just
it
got
would have been
removed,
like
right?
the morning of. I went to the hospital at like 12 or 1 in the morning. If I would have slept that night, it probably would have bursted while I was
Jesus
sleeping or
fucking
right when I woke
Christ.
up. It was that close.
Oh,
So
no.
it was, yeah, the pain, dude, is like, oh my God, it was nothing
Dude,
like
at
I've
least
ever
your
experienced.
appendix gives you pain before it just explodes inside of you. At least there's
All
a
right,
little bit
instead of just
warning.
like pop, and you're like,
Yo,
oh.
Dad. No, yeah, fucking
Yeah.
At least it tells you.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience to say the least, but it was cool to have.
It was just so weird. You just joined. You sounded like a complete ass. I was like, "What the hell's wrong with you? You're like sick. You just wake up." He's like, "No, I had my appendix removed yesterday." I was like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?"
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Time to play Forsaken, guys.
Yeah,
Let's
it
do
was
it.
Forsaken. Yeah, that was a fucking convenient ass timing. God,
But
that shit was
that was a
so
lot of
fun.
fun. I'm glad that
That
I
was a
get
good
the whole
time,
week
though.
again this
It
year to
does,
fucking no life it.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah.
I was really excited for
We had, like, 2 or
Forsaken,
3
but
months ago.
honestly,
A full week of work for this.
yeah,
As it
like
usually does.
we've got everybody ready. I'm like
Oh.
more excited for this than I am for Forsaken, even though I know it's not going to be as
Oh, I
big
am
like
too.
campaign
I am too. Yeah.
wise, but a monumental shift in the way that the game is going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
played, and like all the new systems. Like I'm like, this feels like it's going to be like a brand new game.
No, yeah, that's
Like I'm fucking way more excited for
Like,
this than Forsaken.
when Forsaken was coming out. I was obviously fucking excited because it was a new like Destiny thing, but I wasn't expecting. Like I kind of knew what it was gonna be. Like I was kind of
Right.
expecting everything to be how it was, and nothing really like insanely like wowed me.
Yep.
Like nothing happened, but I was like, oh, I can't believe Bungie did that. That's like a really cool, innovative thing. But now that Activision's completely gone, that does make me really excited for Shadowkeep. I don't know if it's like granted or not. Like maybe I shouldn't be as hopeful
Right.
as I am. Like it might be just like too similar, but that little hope is still there. Just that this can finally elevate the game to get like what it's should have gotten. Before.
Yeah, I was gonna say what it should be,
What it
even though
should
we
be,
love
yeah.
Destiny and we think it's fun. What it should be, I think, like
Definitely.
the majority of the hardcore players, if not all, like has share the same sentiment. Like
Yeah.
this is getting to the point where it should have been like this all along, but we're happy that it's finally coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think
Rather than it not.
I don't think there's anybody in that plays Destiny a lot. Like, I think we're all just kind of like self-consciously aware that like the game definitely has a ton of issues, or like it's never been like to the peak of not like a ton of issues. It's not like bug filled, but like it's definitely been held back by a bunch of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. That's
Like I feel like
more or less held back, or like
I don't
I
think
wouldn't
anybody
even
who
say
plays
underdeveloped either.
No, definitely that's not
Because there's so many, like it's so good, like the way that it plays too. I think just like what they're leaning into, like the MMO / RPG, like that's the stuff that this game should have had. You know, the whole
beginning. I think it's finally just starting to become maybe not with this one expansion, but it's the beginning phase of it transitioning into that is what everybody wanted it to be before the game came out. What everybody thought it was going to be, I think is.
But yeah, what everybody thought it was going to be.
It's finally making like progress and getting to that point. The game that
I
all of us
definitely
want to
think.
play.
Yep, I definitely think it's making huge strides with that starting here. Like this is
definitely just giving me hope for that. Regardless if it works.
No, I agree. I'm super fucking stoked. Like I'm literally like, oh, I can't wait to jump in and just like everything about it, like the armor systems, the artifact system, like being able to just continuing to play to like refine the build, and then obviously all the new stuff that comes with the content. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Way happy to go back and then experience everything that's new about it too. And then last thing, what you said before, like we already knew pretty much what was going to happen with Forsaken. Like they didn't really peel the curtain back on like Riven or the Raid or anything like that, which is fine. But like we knew that Cade was going to die. Like that wasn't a surprise at all. They literally like revealed it to us in a trailer. Like Aldrin was going to be somewhat the bad guy. Like he was the bad guy, but for all intents and purposes he was, but at the same time like wasn't, right?
Yeah.
and like we already knew everything. Where like with this, like I really feel like we're going in blind. Like we know about these nightmares, and they've teased like something is gonna be woken up, but like we have no idea what's really gonna happen until we play the campaign, which makes me even more excited to actually jump into the story content.
Oh yeah,
like way more excited for that than I was for Forsaken.
Oh yeah,
know what's gonna happen.
Forsaken
like let's just blow through this fucking campaign and then like experience all the shit that we haven't experienced yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like going into Forsaken, like we knew there wasn't going to be any like mechanical changes. Like we knew it was going to be more or less the same game, just with more content.
Yep. Just we got the guns the way that they were supposed to be. They never should have changed that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all Forsaken did was brought the guns back like how they were in D1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like we are like just another raid. Forsaken was beautiful though. Like that was definitely like all the
not gonna downplay. The Dreaming City is one of the coolest.
It's so cool. Yeah, I love the
places.
City.
And I think that was like the real surprise of Forsaken was like after the raid got beat and then like the corrupted strike like came out and like we unleashed the curse and stuff. Like that was the shit. And then the dungeon, like everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
The dungeon was fucking rad. Like that part,
yeah,
was really unexpected and like a big surprise. Yep. So I guess we're not giving Forsaken enough credit. But I mean, like mechanics wise, like the game didn't change with Forsaken. Like the Forsaken didn't really like change the game that much.
No, just random roll.
It's just more stuff.
We already had it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just more stuff for D2. It was just a good like content, just like a buffer, just like more entertainment. But it wasn't really like changing it. But I feel like Shadowkeep is finally starting to really like make strides in making it better.
No, like, this feels like, especially with like armor. Like, this shit's changing, and it's gonna be for the better, in my opinion.
Especially Crucible 2 is something else.
Crucible 2 definitely needs some love, and I'm glad they're giving it some love. It's gonna be... I hope everything works out
of the game in D3. I hope that doesn't happen.
Nah. There's no way.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so. There's no way.
How they could do that. I don't know.
I'm excited for that, for Crucible updates, more maps. Even if they do like Widow's Court and Twilight Gap, those are like my two favorite maps from D1 anyway. So I'm glad they're bringing them back. I'm fine if they bring more maps in. Like, who gives a shit? Fuck it. Like, we need more.
Yeah.
Just bring them back. If you can make a new one every now and then make a new one. But bring the old ones back if you've already got them, and it takes half the time or whatever to bring those in. A lot of people, especially with New Light, they've never even played Destiny anyways. Like they'll appreciate
there's been
maps like that for free. So
a surprising amount of people that I've talked to who played D2 that never played Destiny 1 at all.
Right. I'm like, oh, you missed out.
2 of our friends, the main people we play with are like that. Like Tristan never played Destiny 1. Joey's never played Destiny 1.
Say, as any of the viewers know, Tristan never played D1. He mentioned that on the first episode, and anytime we start talking about Destiny 1 stuff, he's like falls totally silent because he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it's really funny. But like, there's just a lot of people that I've seen that are like that.
Yeah. And think about too, like on PC, D1 was never on PC, and there's plenty of players that on PC that don't own consoles and never have and don't want to, and they're not going to buy. They didn't buy or a console just to play Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now with New Light too, and it going to Steam, like we're gonna have a shitload of new people that have never played Destiny or Destiny 2 and just hop in because it's free. Like,
I was gonna say vice versa as well. There's people that they don't want to buy a console,
right?
Or sorry, other way around. Maybe they don't want to buy a PC. That are like only play on console because like a lot of the content creators and personalities, they are still using console. A lot of them. Most of them just switch to PC.
A lot of them. Most of them switch, but a lot of them have though. You're right. They've stuck with their console, and so that's fine. They can.
This is, I guess, it would be adding
title to do whatever they want.
Like percentage wise, I feel like a lot more people are just like. There's less returning players on PC. I feel like most of the people that are on D2 are new on PC specifically. Yeah,
I mean, I think so.
I think you and Thomas are the only people that play D1 that I know. Everybody else,
out of our whole,
I guess Jace.
Our whole roster, Jace did. Your brother did, right?
Yeah, he did with me. Yeah.
But yeah, like all the other people that we play with didn't. So but it's good. I'm the more the merrier. That's great.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
like in the community hub, I think for Destiny 2 already on Steam, there's like 200,000 people like just in the community hub.
Like, dude, it's amazing how
that's
how lively
pretty impressive.
This game's community actually is. Like if you pay attention to like media at all,
right?
You think Destiny like doesn't exist. Like a lot of people, like it comes out, they make reviews, and they kind of like trash a little bit, like oh it's okay, but then this, and then it just kind of dies, and nobody talks about it at all. But like within the Destiny community, it's still so big. It's massive. Like there's so many people that fucking play this game.
And like it's a big community. Yeah, like as you said, it's a big community. Like that's why I hate when like I'll read an article about like not even Destiny, some other game, and somebody's like, "Oh, Destiny, that game's dead." I'm like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah, no, it's really
it's
weird.
not dead. It's far from dead. Like there's a shitload of people playing this game.
It's crazy.
It's no joke.
I cannot fucking wait.
But yeah, no, I'm really, really excited. Like I didn't get like I was obviously excited from the moment they announced it and dropping Activision. Like that whole live stream was amazing, but like I was kind of just like not super hyped for it. Like I was like I'm excited, definitely, obviously gonna buy it and play it. But now that it's like a week away and we just got this last like hype trailer, I'm like shit, I'm fucking ready. Like
no,
to just hop in
this
and
next
just
like 3 days are gonna not 3 days. The next like week is gonna go by so slow, dude. It's gonna be so bad.
I'm like,
but it's good though.
It is good. It's good. It kind of like you're like, all right, like just a couple more days, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here we go. Hop in and fucking just literally like we'll no life it 100%.
I just fixed my sleep schedule from playing Borderlands 3 literally today, so I got like a good weeks in me before it gets good week in me before it just goes. I was
gonna say you were up like at a decent time today. I do remember.
I woke up at like 5 a.m. today, like, so it's like
it's early, but it's like
it's early,
a relatively okay-ish time.
I'm awake when at least other humans are awake at the same
time. not
just
trekking through
raccoons and fucking hyenas outside.
Yeah, mayhem mode at
hyenas. I said hyena. I meant to say a fucking mountain lion, but never mind.
In the mountain time zone in the United States, there are hyenas. Just so you know, that in the backyards of our neighborhood, for sure, there's definitely hyenas.
Yeah.
It's the Lion King in the backyard here. So I'm trying to find stats on like Warmind, and I can't remember where they are of like how many people are like actually actively playing. Obviously, PC's the smallest.
Is it?
But it's still 22%. The vast majority, 52%, and then your remaining 26% is Xbox. I have a feeling though, with New Light,
more people play it on
PlayStation, yeah. I have a feeling though with New Light and like as Christmas time rolls around, when I feel like a lot of people are like going to start switching to PC even more. If they are Destiny players, I really feel like you're going to see PC overtake Xbox since it's only 4% behind and probably make up like a third. That's what I feel like after like Christmas and the holiday season, like when younger kids, or I guess even adults too, can get PCs for Christmas, but younger kids kind of the forefront with that are people that are saving up their money. Cause I know like a lot of people have mentioned like even on like Reddit and Twitter, like they're going to end up switching to PC. Like, and I know a lot of people already did with cross save, but I know a lot of people are like just going to end up switching to PC. So I wouldn't surprise me if we get like 30% of the player base and overtake Xbox, but
I was gonna say, and we'll find out. With Destiny going free to play, it's gonna be so much easier to get people into the game that aren't already into it.
Right.
Because I think that was one huge thing that was like really kind of hurting the game, is like how hard it was to introduce a new person who's never played.
Right. No, I agree.
They spend $100 and something.
I was gonna say you have to spend like $100+, and then you have to spend like 30 hours to get through the content to get to like level 50 or whatever. And like all the people that are already playing are like, I don't want to rerun like these campaign missions that,
and it's like
3 times or more. Like screw that. Like call me when you're done with when you're done playing for 50 hours, and then you can do the shit that we're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So everybody's like, fuck that. Like one of my buddies who started playing,
Thomas,
like No, Leonard, one of my buddies from who actually, well, he lived up here. He grew up here, but he lives in Salt Lake now, and he played until like level 7 and hasn't touched the game since.
Mm-hmm. That's what something else I was gonna mention that involves that. Is Destiny's a very weird game. Like, it's not a game that you can just like that like casual people, not like casual Destiny players. That happens.
It's like a total different meaning.
It's just like a different type of game.
Like when you say you're a casual Destiny player, like you're still like
you still
got
play, like,
most of the
you
stuff. You
understand the game.
The week and you understand the game, and like you might not like raid every time, or maybe you've completed a couple of the raids, but like I don't even consider that like casual. But like for the Destiny community, it like is, because you have these people that have completed the raid 700 times, and you know what I mean, can do Nightfalls with 400,000 score and have every pinnacle weapon after 20 minutes of it being out. Like, you have these super hardcore.
It's just like it's a very hard game to like recommend somebody to play like on their own time. Like, people who play like single player games or play alone don't really like. I feel like Destiny is a really hard game to do that, because like the story mode in the game, the campaign missions, is not that great. It's not that great. Like, to get to like the good parts about Destiny, you kind of have to look. So like it's not like you don't really like jump in, and it's not like a well crafted like story. Like, it's very hard to like understand like the characters if you don't already know them.
Right. Well, it's hard. I was going to say it's hard to put. It
doesn't really go through an arc. There isn't really like it's hard to explain.
No, like the only campaign that ever went through a full arc was just the Red War. Like, you're like, oh shit, we got blown up. Hunt this asshole down, kill him, sick. You know what I mean? Like, it was like your typical story arc of something you'd find in another game or like a movie.
It wasn't that great. Like, it wasn't
no, it wasn't. There's a lot of I mean, it had all of the baggage that comes along with vanilla D2, which most people didn't like. So,
like, I don't know. It's just such a weird game. That, like, because like the only people who like, you have to get far and like play endgame are people that like Destiny. Like, the endgame is
that's
good.
like what I was gonna say. That's what Destiny is all about too.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. That's like the main purpose.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the end game,
which is why it has its cult.
It's raids. It's the Nightfalls, and now that they're finally making them good again, like, it's definitely going to be the Nightfalls are a part of that. Like, it's grinding for the badass weapons. It's all of those things. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna hop in and play the Forsaken campaign again. Like, nobody does that. Like, there's some highlights in some of the campaign missions, but like for the most part, you're like, sweet, we did it. That was okay. It was terrible, or like it was somewhat good. Moving on, like, get me to the end game.
But I feel like
so we can do the cool shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's where that's where that cult following comes in, where it's hard to like introduce new people, because like you can't just be like, hey, yeah, go play this game, because like they're not gonna be motivated to play it alone, because it's just,
that's like the only thing. Like, even when you do recommend, glad New Light's finally like, here, you're hopping in for free. You're going to play the opening mission of like OG Destiny, which is actually like a good mission. It's like one of the few missions that's actually like good, like really good. And then you're going to fly to the tower, and then like, boom, you can go play each destination for a shorter period of time. And then your max level, well, not max level for Shadowkeep, but your max level now, like, you're going to drop in 750. You can do whatever you want. Like, just go explore the world and like hop in with your friends. Like, if that's the one thing that you want to do, like, go and hop in with your friends. Like, instead of starting at levels, 1 and having to play like 5 different campaigns.
God,
and grinding 50 levels, and like nobody wants to help you do that. And it's like a miserable experience unless you really wanted to get into the campaign. But like what you said, like, there's none of it's really all too interesting. Like, in my opinion, there's a couple highlights in there that are cool.
Yeah.
But like, for the most part, it's like, oh, but that's like, because we're huge fans of Destiny. Like, I'm a huge fan of Destiny. I love the lore of the game, and I like all the behind the scenes stuff that most people don't know about. So when I'm experiencing some of it in game, I get like super hyped, and like, I'm excited for it. Like, I'm like, oh shit, we're going to talk to Rasputin. Like, this is sick as fuck. Like, I love Rasputin, everything related to him. So like the Warmind campaign, even though some of it's kind of like and it's really short, just the fact that it has to do with Rasputin, I was like, I could replay that and I wouldn't bitch about it.
it's the same with me. Like whenever I see that, like I'm familiar with the characters and the world, so like it's not as hard to convince me to play the game. Like I'm gonna play the game. Like somebody who doesn't know anything about the characters, it's like the game is really bad at convincing them to keep playing the game.
Yep. No, I agree. Like I said, like Leonard literally got to like level 7 and he was like, eh.
And dude,
I was like, I feel you, man. Like where it's at is like playing
like I don't blame him at all.
Like you're gonna have a lot of fun. That's why I was like, dude, this was before New Light was announced. Like I was like, dude, just wait and see what happens. Like I've got a really good feeling that the game's gonna like change. Like they're gonna do something, like whether it's free to play or they're gonna give everybody boosts, because like they acknowledge the issue of like it's really hard to like hop into this game 3 years behind or 2 years behind, fresh, and like catch up to your friends. Like they knew that and they're sorting it out finally, which is really, really phenomenal.
Good. Really good. It's a really good call.
Yeah, like it's one of the best calls they could make. Yeah.
I haven't tried introducing anybody who's never played. Everybody who I've been like, hey, come play D2, were somebody who really enjoyed Destiny 1, or like I knew they would like it. Like Tristan, like I play games with him all the fucking time. Like I knew he was gonna play with us. Like I wasn't ever like, I didn't know I had to. I knew I didn't have to convince him. Like I was like, he's gonna play with us. Like it's easy. I can't imagine what it's like somebody who's like never played Destiny at all, with like that type of game, trying to like have them play it. But it's like even if they do,
it's not a game for everybody either. No game, you know, and that's like Destiny, the vanilla of D2 tried to do that and it failed miserably. And like I'm glad they're going completely away from that. Like, there's no reason to try to make a game like this for everybody. Like there are people that only want to play shooters and have no RPG. Like they just want to hop into Rainbow and shoot people in the face, or they want to play battle royales or whatever. Like they're not going to play Destiny.
Yeah, no.
If that's all they like, they're not going to like it. Like the shooting feels good, but like there's no competitive multiplayer in Destiny that like is anything close to that right now. Like Trials of Osiris was sick, and then they scrapped Trials of the Nine, and it was shit.
A lot of people who play people who play really competitive shooters, Destiny is just not made to be a competitive shooter game. There's so many things holding it back from that. They'd have to do a lot of work to the engine and just like the competitive, like the Crucible mechanics.
And I was going to say, and all of the mechanics and weapon tuning and stuff, like it's not even worth their time to try to capture an audience like that anyways. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's really hard to make a competitive shooter game. That shit's
like,
impossible.
When you have
making
all of
RPG, a good looter shooter, a good story, and a good, like it's impossible. There's no
trying to make all of that into one game
way.
Is literally impossible. Like there's no way. Like you need to stand on a like pedestal and just stand on it, like, and don't divert from it. Which I'm glad they're like.
They're finally like
action MMO.
Yeah.
Play anywhere with your friends, and they have some other term in there that I forgot, but really just mainly action MMO. Like that's what Destiny should be, and what it is just it's MMO light right now, but like what it is and what it should be. Like it's got great gunplay, it's got good MMO looter shooter mechanics, and now they're just finally bringing everything else up with it, like armor systems, super systems need to be changed eventually, whether
skill
that's
trees too,
D3, exactly, like skill trees, whether that's D3 or they do some crazy rework and keep D2 going. But like that's the kind of stuff that's like, build your freaking crazy ass Guardian the way you want to and just go smash shit.
Just go fucking hit shit in the face until it dies.
Finishing moves. Like
no, that shit's great. Like especially if they can incorporate like that's one of the cool parts about Doom. Like in Doom, like it's really satisfying. I'm really glad they're doing that. They're a little different than Doom's, because they're like cool things, but like if they could just have like quick little animations, like imagine playing Halo as Master Chief running through and like occasionally you just fucking rip off a grunt's head or something, like, just like quick shit like that. You just grab it, rip it in half, like just add like little quick things like that. I think would be really good. Would be really.
I think it's really cool. It's something that like
it's definitely cool.
Is awesome to look at, obviously, but then they're also like mixing it with a seasonal artifact, so like it's actually something you can tune to be like, oh guys, I have my, I have full super energy. I'm going to go use my finisher. We're going to get some heavy ammo out of this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's cool that there's like a little bit of a bonus to that. It's not just like,
it's not just an aesthetic
it's not just like finishing move every single dreg. Like,
Yeah.
that's fun in patrol, but like in a raid, like, are you really going to be doing that?
Imagine
like,
6
no.
people, just in like a fucking a thrall. Imagine a thrallway, right? A thrallway with
Yeah.
6 guardians, just
We
king,
woke in the hive.
king. Like, just fucking. Oh god, that'd be so funny.
Like, I'm glad that they've built, though, like a little bit of an RPG MMO aspect into the artifact and the finishers. I think that's actually like a really smart way of making them more useful than like what
rather
we
than
just said,
being
like just
cool
kicking.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
never
exactly.
using them ever again. Yeah.
And I was gonna say, and then there's no reason to ever use them. Like, why would I run up and finishing move a dreg when I have recluse? I can just mow down 1,000 in 2 seconds.
Like there's just definitely there's actually like a purpose to doing it.
So I think they're doing a lot of right things here. Like, there's nothing that's been announced a part of this expansion where I'm like, that is not good, or like that's kind of Like, I'm really excited for everything. Like, all the way from like where he is, and like something crazy could happen. Like I said earlier in Discord, like I really feel like there's going to be like a piece of a pyramid ship in there, and like it's going to start this rolling ball of a story that culminates like next year. Whether the darkness actually comes or they announce something, I have no idea, but I really feel like they're gonna, like, something crazy is gonna start here, because they've been hinting towards it.
Yeah, definitely.
For the last like 3 weeks. Like, Luke Smith in the interview like was like, the story's gonna start here. It's gonna build up a little bit in like season 9. It's going to get kind of intense in season 10, and like it's going to culminate, and you're going to want to see it in season 11. Like, it's nothing like you've ever experienced before. Like, that's like not verbatim what he said, but like along the lines of that. That's like legitimately what he was saying. So I'm like, that's really cool. Like, we're actually going to get a year-long evolving story.
Yeah, not just
with like
little,
a good arc, and not just like go play
missions.
Curse of Osiris for 5 minutes and then hate it and then never play again.
Yeah.
Or like, rip through the Forsaken campaign, and then you have Black Armory in December, which is not related to it whatsoever.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that they're changing this. This is much better. I like this a lot more.
Yeah. No, that's definitely having just like an actual big, like, in time to actually make the story.
Yeah, like a coherent, like, story arc.
Yeah.
And not just like 6 campaign missions, like you said, like a year-long, multiple season, multiple campaign missions, like all leading up to like something crazy is going to go down. I think that's a way better approach.
Yeah. No.
And it gives more, I think it gives more life to like the upcoming seasons too. Cause like, obviously we're not going to get a Shadowkeep-esque sized content drop in December. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a small seasonal thing, like Season of the Drifter or Season of Opulence, but at least like there's a continuing narrative. So like you want to come back and actually like play it, and not just like, oh, it's Season of the Drifter and all I have to do is play Gambit. Like, fuck that. Gambit sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be way better for.
I do think they should still have those little like
of the game.
I really enjoy little like side stories like that, especially in like comic books. Those little like one-off comic books aren't really related.
Right.
Like, they should definitely keep those, but they need to have some sort of recurring thing.
Right.
That it all is culminating towards. You're saying.
Right. I think that they will. I'm not gonna guarantee that because I don't know, but I think that they're still they have so many little stories that are all over the place that they could wrap up or like continue doing while they're doing the seasons and have the big arc behind the scenes, which I think is good. Like they've had the big arc behind the scenes for a long time now, and it's like Savathun preparing all this shit, and she's going to come eventually, or we're going to have to find her. Like, that's been a thing since Vanilla D2.
Yeah, but nobody fucking knows about it because the game doesn't tell you shit.
Say, but most people like don't know about it unless you're really clued in to like the lore or really actually pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even if you pay attention to like all of like every like cutscene or like dialogue, like most of it in the game, it's very hard to like be like immersed by the game. You have to try to get involved with the story. It's not very obvious.
Oh no, like you have to play every single heroic adventure and like pay attention to adventures too. because a lot of like the Savathun stuff is mentioned in the heroic adventures. Because like in the Red War campaign, none of that's mentioned. Obviously, it's the Red War campaign. They're not mentioning Savathun at all. But like in the heroic adventures, she gets mentioned, and then obviously in the lore, which you have to read in game now at least, but you have to read it to understand what's going on or pick up on pieces, or else you'd have no idea.
Yeah, no, you definitely just can't be like casual. There's like, oh, I'm gonna pick up Destiny, see what this game's about, play the story, and then be like encapsulated by it. Like,
right?
It's just not gonna happen. Like, it's. I think that's been like honestly, in my opinion, like the fatal flaw of Destiny so far. Like, why the launches are always so poor. Is because that's when all like the casual people are like, oh, I'll give this series a try. And then it just like
like they see the 2 on the box and they're like, oh sweet, it's a new game.
Yeah, I can actually maybe I'll try it this time. Like I know there's one of the streamers I used to watch all the time. His name was Praise. It was just he was like a Dark Souls guy, and he never played D1, and he had a roommate that loved Destiny 1. And then I remember when D2 came out, he's like, yeah, I'll try it and get into the series, and he played it, and then he just didn't like it because like it's not at all what he thought it was gonna be. And it's just so hard for people to get into the game because like he just didn't know like what the point of it was.
Yeah,
like when he's playing, he's like, "Why am I like this story? Like the campaign war is like this isn't like anything special. Like it's like okay, like I don't know.
Yeah,
it runs good on PC. It looks great.
It looks great. Gunplay's fantastic, and like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, especially like vanilla D2. Holy fuck! When this game launched, like it looks amazing.
Dude, I remember playing, like, what is it, Homecoming? Like, the first mission with all of the effects and stuff. I was blown away. Like, I played on console and PC, and, like, it was at that moment when I was like, dear Lord.
Oh, dude, it's so
again on this game.
Better.
Like, I have to build a PC, and I have to play it on PC. Like,
if all you, like,
there's no way, huh?
Yeah, no, if you guys get a chance, everybody who plays on console, like, the fucking extremely vast majority, apparently. I didn't think it was that insane, the difference. If you've like, never played it on 60%, PC, you need 70%. Like, you need to try to find a way to give it a shot, because it is so much better. It is, it's night and day. This game is fucking beautiful, and it runs fantastic.
No, you have an excellent point. Like, anybody who listens that plays on console, like, we're really not trying to be like PC Master Race, but like, there's literally no comparison. Like, I know fantastic. Everybody on DCP plays on PC except for like Pope Bear, I think, still plays on console. And sure. Watts uses a controller on PC, but everybody else is mouse and keyboard, which is totally fine. I played on.
Really scared to get a PC because they're like, I don't know if I can use. You can use a controller. Like it's isn't that bad.
On Destiny, it's literally like playing on console with your controller, but you're with max FOV, way better FPS, and the game like it's just way better. Like you get all the benefits of having a PC rig, but you're playing on a controller, and it feels just like you would be on console.
Yeah, no, it's not that
just
bad.
with better frame rate. And
even
FOV.
If you're a Crucible
it's totally
guy,
fine.
The way that Destiny's
kick ass.
The way that Destiny's Crucible is, it's like with aim assist on controllers, it really isn't that big of an advantage.
No, I can testify.
The way the hitboxes are in Destiny right now, and just like the way the bullets work,
it
doesn't give the mouse and keyboard that big of an advantage. The only advantage we get is really just like turn speed.
I was gonna say turn speed.
That's about it.
That's all I can think. And then if you do play on controller with PC, you still have Bloom.
Yes.
On a controller. That's it. That's like the only two. But if you don't even use a hand cannon, and it doesn't matter at all. Like you said, it's just turn speed. Like I can testify to that. Like I played because my desk was so shitty upstairs in my old room, and I was still learning mouse and keyboard every time we hopped into Crucible. Like I was playing on a controller, and I did just fine. Like finishing on the top of the team, pretty much every game.
It's not that
like with no issues. Like I didn't feel outclassed at all. Or like if you hop into Rainbow, you will get effed.
No, not even Rainbow, dude. You try to play fucking Overwatch with a controller
like you'll get
on
slaughtered.
PC, you will get absolutely destroyed. Like there's no need.
You're gonna get slaughtered.
Destiny is definitely not that game. Destiny, you can absolutely enjoy it with any sort of control.
I think that's a big misconception too that I see is like I don't want to get a PC. Like I've played with a controller for so long.
Didn't Glad beat a raid with a fucking Rock Band drum set? I think he did. Somebody did that shit. I swear. Yeah. Who was it? Was it Glad?
Glad beat it with a Guitar Hero
That's
controller.
what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was.
And the Rock Band drum set, and he did it blindfolded with the Guitar Hero guitar.
Yeah.
He was blindfolded. Like, he had somebody calling out, but like, he did it blindfolded. Like, you can do it with anything. Like, I mean, that guy's on a different level. Glad's a fucking superhero, but
he's fucking superhero.
Like, he's seriously a legend. I don't know how he does it, but like, the point is, like, you can get a PC, and right now is a great time to like buy one or build one if you have any knowledge of building one, if you want to try to build one, or if you know somebody that can. Like, you can get 60 frames in Destiny on like medium high settings with like a $500 PC.
Oh, and like, something else. PC with like the lowest settings is still better than what console.
I was gonna say, it's still way better. Like, just the fact that you get 60 FPS and the 105 field of view makes it better. Like, regardless of if you're playing at 144 frames, 400 frames, or 60 frames. Like, as long as you hit 60 frames and you have the max FOV, it's 100 times better, regardless of what fidelity you're playing on. Like 4K, 1080.
I still play on 1080.
Low settings or max. Like,
I play 1080 on everything.
Max settings and like 80 to 90 FPS in like the EDC area. That's like super low FPS.
It's just the feel of it, man. Like, just feeling like 144 hertz with like it just feels so nice.
Like, it obviously feels better, but like, if you're going from controller
that's
on Xbox, 60, like 60. OG Xbox One, or even like just the PS4 to like literally like a mid-tier, low-tier PC, and you're just getting the max FOV, 1080, 60 FPS, it feels 100 times better. Like, I know a lot of people say like the Destiny reset guys switch now with cross save. They'll switch from Arrow Knight and Cyborg Sasquatch. They switch off from like console to PC and don't really like, they don't think it's that jarring switching back and forth, but I literally cannot play it on console anymore. Like, it's so jarring for me, like not having fast frames and like this tight field of view. I literally like can't play it. Like, I'm like, this is terrible. Like, I have to get on my PC. Like, I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't understand how some people. But it's true though. Like, I have heard people.
And like, props to them. Like, they're like, oh, I don't like. I feel the difference of the frames and the field of view. It's great, but like when I go back to my, it's fine. Like, I can still play it. I literally played it at my cousin's house, and I literally like was like, I'm sorry, I can't play it for you. Like, I'll watch you play. I can't.
Yeah. No,
like, this is awful. What?
I remember just like not even a month after like when I got it on PC, I went back to just do like a raid with one of my console buddies, and it was just so bad. It was so rough. I don't know. I can't handle it anymore. Which is
right.
like
when you're used to it, right? Used to it, it's really bad. Like I said, we're really not trying to be like assholes. But if you are on a console and you've never played it on PC, now with New Light coming out, like just activate cross, go to a buddy's house if he's got a computer or something, and just give it a shot, just to experience it, and you'll be blown away with how nice it is.
Just in case anybody didn't hear that, he said activate cross save. Your mic was cutting out for me. I just didn't know if they could hear it or not too.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, activate cross save. Download New Light or go to a buddy's house if he has a PC and just try it out for a little bit.
Something else I'm excited about too is with this new like coming free to play to Steam, because of like Fortnite, so many more people have PCs nowadays. Like an insane amount. Because like
there's a lot of people now that have PCs. Like most of the people that we know and associate with have all switched from console to PC.
We still got one little dingo.
Like we have one guy that's like, even like we mentioned Thomas all the time. Like, I literally sold him one of my old systems for like a great price, and he's all about the PC now. Like, doesn't ever touch his Xbox One, and he has the X and never touches it.
Oh, yeah, dude,
a lot more people on PC now, for sure.
Yeah, that's something like just with it going free, and with now after so many more like. Mostly younger kids, obviously, but they're actually getting PCs, and it's much more of like a common place to play games, and way more people
Yeah.
are familiar with it.
We've come full circle. It was PC back then, and then it was console, and now it's back to PC.
Hell yeah, dude! I can't wait.
Yeah, like everybody else has predicted, like Tefty thinks that like we're gonna get just like hundreds of thousands of more people on Destiny on PC, and I'm totally right there with him. I agree.
Like, I have no idea the numbers. I haven't thought about that much, but like just with the things, like it's only gonna grow. Like there's no way,
right?
Like with all these things, like
with everything you're getting, like it's
so
legitimately a free to play AAA title. Like there's no way you're not gonna get more. Like it's going to get a lot of publicity, and there's going to be a lot of people hopping in, whether they play hardcore or they only play for an hour a week, or they pick it up for 10 minutes and never play it again. Like we're still going to get more people. Like there's no way that that's not going to happen. There's no barrier to entry anymore. You can literally download it for free.
God, that's fucking so incredible. That's so
and it's
weird.
it's every destination. Like you can even go to the moon on your free account.
That's fucking
and you can patrol the moon. Like you can't get the exotics and you can't play the campaign missions or anything like that, but you can actually experience the moon. Like they're breaking a lot of barriers down. Like you can go experience every location, like, and all of the strikes, all of the Crucible maps. Like it's pretty legit what they're doing here. Like you're getting a lot of the game. Like you're getting, I'd say, a good like 80% of the game for free. Like the only thing you're going to be locked out of is like the raids, the exotics, the story missions, and like the seasonal activities and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing.
It is pretty fucking incredible. I like this when games do that. Like, at least not to my knowledge, it doesn't seem like they're going free to play because they felt like forced to do it because they like weren't making enough money. Like the game wasn't selling well, because that's clearly isn't it. Like,
no, they're making enough money. Like people who think that they're like broke, they're making plenty of money.
Yeah, no, Bungie is not a fucking small studio. Like
no, like they have like 700 employees. You have a
just like
and
it's
they're
just
making
so
plenty of money
when they just like a game moves to free to play just because. Like even like just
well, and it's smart.
So
like
many
the bottom line
for
them, they know they're going to make more money by
just
making
because
it free.
It's free to play. Like
yeah,
Path of Exile,
absolutely.
I never would have played Path of Exile if it wasn't free. That game is fucking amazing. I love that game. That game is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Path of Exile is incredible.
Yep. I agree.
The top 10 thing it wasn't really a thing. There's like Warframe. I probably wouldn't have played that if it wasn't free. Like
no, I agree.
Like
I wouldn't have ever thought to buy Warframe, but the fact that it's free, like I put like 300 hours into that game. I haven't played it for like a year, but like I have like 300 hours in that game.
Yeah, no, and Fortnite. Fortnite's fucking free.
Yep.
Like so many people play that goddamn game.
I spent a little bit of money on the whatever, is it Platinum in Warframe?
Yeah.
I spent a little bit of like maybe like $20 over the course of like the 2 years.
No, I definitely spent money, but that's because you can get like 90% discounts. Like they give you discounts in the game.
If you get a 90% discount, like you buy like the $100 bundle for $10.
For $10,
and you get a shitload of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
That's every time I got a 90% discount, I bought
Hell yeah.
like a package. I did.
It's incredible.
And I think that's like what Bungie thinks too, is like we're gonna get a lot more players. Like if we only get like, let's just say out of New Light, I'm just making up total baseless numbers here. Like let's just say only 100,000 people are brand new players to New Light, and that's it. They get 100,000 new players, whether it's on any of the platforms, doesn't matter. They only retain 10%. There's 10,000 people, 90% like played a little bit. They thought it was okay, but they're not really playing. But they gain 10% and they're like active players in the game. I would assume all of them are going to end up buying Shadowkeep. So then there's $30 right there that they've just made off of 10,000 people. So you can do the math on that. And then I would say maybe 1% of those are going to end up buying silver too. Like they're making money by making this free. Like it's not like they're not going to make money. They're going to make money off of it.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's like a lot of the money comes from just like how many people play the game. Not even like directly purchasing from the game, but just making the IP itself worth more. Is like
yeah, absolutely.
Like they're making. It's gonna be fucking something else.
I agree.
Because like even now, like we don't get that many new players in Destiny. Like it's not because like it's just so hard to get into. It's like they weren't even making that much money on it being like a paid game anyway. Like it wasn't like making that like not like the IP itself was making a ton of money, but like just like if you're just counting the profits from new people buying like just the game that have never played it before, probably isn't that insane. Like I don't really hear a lot of like a bunch of new people buying the game. Like there hasn't been like even when like the expansions come out, there usually isn't like a huge wave of people that buys the game because a lot of people that play Destiny already play Destiny. Like like
right, and then like
the
they're buying
vast
everything
majority
that comes out. Like maybe not all of them are spending silver because they're not, but like every release that happens, they're buying it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know a single person that like owns Destiny that doesn't own Forsaken, and I mean I guess now the annual pass is free with it, but Forsaken and the annual pass, like every person we play with like has all of the content. Like they're all up to date. Like there isn't a person that's just like, oh yeah, I just have Forsaken. I didn't buy the season pass. Like everybody bought that too.
Yeah,
and that was like $35.
And then now everybody like getting the game completely for free. Some of them are gonna like it and they're gonna buy everything. So then it's gonna,
exactly.
like it's
that's,
gonna be
that's what I mean. Like if if they only got the 100K and 10K stay, they're gonna buy everything. They're gonna buy Forsaken, which comes with the season pass now, and that's like $20 or $30. They're gonna buy that. And then they're going to buy Shadowkeep, and they're probably going to buy the deluxe version of Shadowkeep. So, like, they've now just spent, like, $90.
It's something else.
If they like it. And to be honest, like, it's well worth it for a year of content. What we're getting for $60, I'm like, yeah, that's well worth my money. Like,
definitely.
I've spent, like, over the course of Destiny as an IP, I've spent, like, over 2,000 hours. And we've spent a total of probably what, like $300 or $400.
A lot of fucking.
I'm more than satisfied with that, though.
Yeah.
Like.
No, yeah, I've never bought something in Destiny, and I'm like, man, I kind of regret buying that. Besides, Curse of Osiris. But other than that,
yeah,
everything else I've been okay with it.
Literally, like I've been like, sweet, that was fantastic. I'm more than happy to have spent all of this money because of my entertainment. Like dollar per hour is like pennies.
Oh yeah. No, like I fucking love Borderlands. Okay, like Borderlands is one of my favorite series. Or series is that what I said? I don't fucking know. But like I got the game. I put like a ton of hours into it, like really quickly. But I don't really know what else I'm gonna do that much in that game. Like I've done pretty much everything you can do. Like I've 100% of the game in terms of like achievements and like challenges. I've done literally everything in like not that long. What happens with Destiny is like that never feels like something that I like. You can just play it for so long. To me, this is how it's always felt. Like I can constantly just like come back and just grind things. Like there's always
it's got pretty much unlimited replayability. Like we're at the point right now where like we pretty much have everything we want, but like if you still wanted to go in, you could go in and play shit.
Yeah, I mean, so like right now it's getting a little dry for me, but that's after hundreds and hundreds of hours of playing Forsaken.
Yeah, like we've been pretty much busy from literally 2 weeks ago last year, like September 4th, all the way up until like 2-3 weeks ago. We had like a solid like 11 months of like pretty much like we take a break for a couple days like here and there or a week. Like you're constantly playing. Like it's nuts.
It's something else. But obviously that is obviously a very specific thing for certain people. Like that happens like people play fucking Fallout 76 every single day since launch. It's like
there are people that have spent like even like Skyrim. There's people that have spent like 10,000 hours in that game, and I love Skyrim. I love Elder Scrolls, but like I don't know if I could do that. Like the most time I've had in Elder Scrolls is Oblivion, and it was like probably 1,500 hours around that mark. But there's no way I could throw like 10K hours into a game like that. Like it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I've legitimately done every single thing that you could do, like every side quest, every dungeon, every fucking Daedric artifact quest, every campaign mission, every side mission, literally you've done every single piece of content that Bethesda put into the game.
I've 100% completed Borderlands 2 2 times. I've played through the game from like start to finish probably at least like almost 100 times. I've played that game so many. Like I've done like every single fucking challenge you could do. I've gotten every single character to OP8. Like I've done
See, like
literally everything.
It gets to the point where like you've now been exhausted unless you want to delete a character and then restart. I do not want to
play Borderlands 2 ever fucking again. Oh my god! Right. Like when I launched Borderlands 2, I'm like, yeah, I fucking love this game. I fucking load into the first
and
area.
Like, all right,
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That so far has not happened with Destiny in all the fucking time I played this game.
No, I've literally, and that's funny that people are like, how the hell do you play like this like 400 million times and like not get bored? And I'm like,
good question.
Like, I don't even know how to answer that question. Like, I could go back and play like one of my favorite strikes from D1 and be like, I fucking love this. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something.
Like the Nexus Mine. That's probably my favorite strike in D1.
Okay.
And like, I would totally play that strike right now if I could.
Yeah. Like, it's not really like a selling point of the game. Like,
no, it's not.
But it's just like, I'm excited for more people that are hopefully going to be able to get this from this game that have never like even
like to actually get the enjoyment of it and be like, I really like this game. I want to grind this game out and like have a lot of fun. Like the rush and like excitement and like just straight up like joy of like beating a raid together,
dude.
For the first time is like
Destiny raids or something else.
Surreal. Yeah, like it's literally surreal. Like it's awesome.
It's pretty fucking great. It is pretty fucking great.
Or like us running the Whisper mission for the first time.
Yeah, that was fucking fun too.
Like,
yeah, no, the dungeon was the shit. When the dungeon came out, doing that shit was awesome. That was like, I'm so excited for the new dungeon too in Shadowkeep. I can't wait.
Yeah, it looks sick as fuck. I'm kind of actually sad that they showed a little bit of it. I was hoping you'd just keep it a mystery. Then good for you. Don't look at it.
No, yeah, I don't.
But it looks legit. That's all I'm gonna say. It looks legit.
Sick. Like me and you wouldn't be. I mean, honestly, wouldn't be friends at all if Destiny wasn't a thing. That's like the reason that we like play together. Like
I
think I met you from like Favian. Like I think you joined Fave because you and him were friends.
Yes.
But then like I knew who you were, and I knew you were Hampton's brother. But then we found out we both played Destiny. And then we on fucking D2. We just fucking played fucking shit out of it.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, it's on Humble Bundle right now. Like you can get it for like $15.
Yeah,
might as well. Like it might get good again. Who knows? And then sure as shit, like here we are on a fucking podcast talking about it.
Yeah. No, that was when like Curse of Osiris came out. I think is when I bought it on PC and gave the game another chance. Because like I played Vanilla D2. It was fine. Like I didn't like hate it. When Curse of Osiris came out, I was just like kind of done with it. I was like, I don't really like this. Like it was rough. But then seeing it for like $14 on Humble Bundle, I was like, fuck yeah, I'll try this shit on PC with like the graphics and shit and just everything. And it was so worth it.
Yeah.
Like trying the game again on PC. Like it changed it. Like like Destiny 2 would not be nearly as like I would not like it nearly as much if I never played it on PC. I think that's why I'm like so convinced. Like people
PC, who
like switch to PC. Like for us too, like it definitely like sold the game to us. Like it definitely made us play it again. It being on PC and just like how good the PC port of this game is, definitely helped the game. So it's like if you've only played it on console and have never given it like a chance in PC, or even if you have played it on console, like switching to PC, it's only good things can come of that. Like if you switch to PC and don't like it, you can go back to playing the game the exact same way you've been playing it forever and enjoy it.
Doesn't say you can play it the exact
also
same way.
Could give you like way more enjoyment, like it did for me.
I was gonna say, like it could literally change your whole entire experience with the game, like tenfold. Like you'd be blown away. And if you have any like questions or like anything you want to ask us, like just send us an email or shout us out on Twitter. It's at SGA Podcast on Twitter, and then Super Good Advice Podcast at Gmail. If you can send us an email, like if you're trying to figure out what type of computer you want to build, or like you have any questions regarding like hardware, software, like any of that kind of stuff, like both of us build PCs for fun.
Yeah.
And we can answer any of the questions you have. Like if you're like, what is the bare minimum PC? Like what's the cheapest ass PC I could buy or build
and
to play Destiny?
Run great.
like we can give you all the recommendations we need. We can put a parts list together for you, and we'd be happy to help you out along the way. Like, I'm more than happy to even build one personally for you and ship it to your house.
Yeah.
Like, we're more than accommodating to do all of that for you if you're really interested. So yeah, that is out there for anybody who's interested or is looking for help in that aspect. But yeah, man. What else do we got, man? Like, we've got our feelings out now on the table here.
That got real emotional for a little bit.
Like, what like, there's so much to talk about. Like, this episode of the podcast could be like 12 hours.
Then we'd just be rehashing old shit that we just...
I was going to say, then we'd be rehashing stuff. Like, I think the only couple of things that I wanted to lay out, just because we've already missed so much. Like, I don't want to talk about Armor 2.0. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff because it's been out for so long. Anybody who's going to be looking at a podcast on Destiny, like, should already know about all this stuff. The two things that I wanted to lay out were their roadmap, because that is a thing that they've already published and that a lot of people might not have seen, don't know about it, or are just looking for like clarification on things. So they've published the roadmap from Shadowkeep launch day at 10/1 all the way up to the season's conclusion, or I guess the week or two before the season's conclusion on November 19th. And there's a lot of stuff on here. Like, this is a full calendar. Like, you're going to be busy from October 1st, pretty much all the way until like the end of October, middle of November, depending on how you play the game. So if you want to talk about this, Trey, I definitely was like one of the one things that I actually did want to talk about on this.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Homecoming episode.
You don't have any limits, my dude. It's only been an hour. We still got...
I was going to say, it hasn't been that long. It feels like it's been forever, but we've done longer. Like, I'm more than happy to do a 2+ hour episode. I'm fine with that. DCP does it all the time. Fire Team Chat's the only one that they have like a hard stop at like 45 minutes. I'm fine with doing longer ones. I think it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
But feel free, man. If you see something, call it out.
Wait, what did you want to talk about? What were you talking about?
The roadmap.
Yeah.
So they put out
Destiny. No, yeah, I have it. I got it. I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember what day. I think it was the TWAB 2 weeks ago or last. It wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago that they published the Shadowkeep and Season of the Undying calendar. As I would assume most would know, Shadowkeep's going to launch. And then the Season of Undying is also part of the Shadowkeep launch. So it's not just like, oh, Season of the Drifter and that's it. Like, we're really going to have like 2 parallel content drops here. Like, this is going to be a lot of stuff to play. I just wanted to go like the free seasonal updates, like of what you're actually getting on 10/1. Like the base game, we've talked about it, free to play. You get the seasonal artifact as a free player. Finishers, Armor 2.0. The artifact is free?
I actually didn't know that.
I am like 99% positive. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure because the seasonal artifact is part of the season pass, which is the other thing that I wanted to talk about. But on the free track, it's rank number 7. So I'm pretty sure if you just get to level 7 on the free track, you get the seasonal artifact too. So like, that's pretty awesome that they're giving you this too, so you can play with that. But yeah, like the free seasonal updates, like this is legit for free players and Shadowkeep players. 2 new strikes, regardless of if you buy Shadowkeep or not, you still get to play the strikes. Widow's Court, Twilight Gap are coming back, 2 D1 maps. Then you get the new PvP map, Fragment, which is like it's in the Black Garden. It looks super cool. It looks like the Dreaming City meets like the Black Garden, like thrown together. Like it looks sick. I mean, we don't know how the map's actually going to play, but the feel and the aesthetic of it is really, really cool. Free seasonal rank rewards, which we're going to go over in a little bit. All of the Crucible updates that are coming. So that comes with obviously all the maps. And then Elimination is going into Crucible Labs, which is pretty much like Trials of Osiris, but it's going to be in Crucible Labs.
Yeah.
So we can free to play, test that all you want, which is going to be really cool. And that playlist also gives Valor too. So like you can still rank up your Crucible while playing that. So it's not just like you don't get anything from it. So that's also really cool. And then the moon destination opens too. And like I said earlier, like if you're free to play New Light, you can still explore the moon, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that like all I was saying with this is like this is just going to be a perfect huge launch for everybody, whether or not you get Shadowkeep or not. With the artifact and all the new maps and stuff, nothing is going to be fragmented. Like you don't have the Shadowkeep players not being able to play with the free-to-play players. Like everybody can still play together, unless obviously like if you don't own Shadowkeep, you can't do the raid. But besides that, like you can go into a strike or nightfall and like everybody's able to play. So
yeah, which is actually fucking incredible. That was a huge thing in like D1. Like just not
like oh shit, you can't play this Nightfall because that was back in the day when you had one Nightfall. Like if you didn't own Dark Below and it was Omnigul, you couldn't play the Nightfall that week. Like, that
was
sucks.
the dumbest
Too bad.
shit ever, dude. Yeah, that was rough.
So this is really, really cool. I like how they're doing this. And then the fact too, though, like you can actually go explore the moon for free. Like you don't have to actually buy that shit. That's really, really cool. Yeah, like is there anything else? Like there's some big things on the right side of the calendar, like the raid launches on Saturday, like the first ever weekend raid launch in Destiny. Like I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the raid race goes. I mean, obviously I would assume like Redeem or Math Class or, one of those crazy, clans will probably end up winning it. But I think it's really, really cool that they're launching it on a Saturday.
Yeah, maybe not
just for
more people now can actually do it.
Right, like you never know. Like you could be totally surprised, and it could just be like some random group that
it could be us for all we fucking know.
It could be us. Like
you never fucking know.
You have no idea. I'm not counting on that at all, but you never know because we haven't even done Crown of Sorrow yet.
Dude, us getting a fucking raid group together recently has been the hardest fucking thing ever.
Yeah. To go on a tangent real quick, it's like the hosts of the podcast, so Duke of Harlem, me, Hudson, Trey, and then Tristan. Like we've got 3 hardcore players that love to raid, that like want to do the raids
every fucking day. Pretty much, we're available. Like it.
And then we have like a rotating like 6 other people that we can never just get on at the same damn time to like just finish
the amount
raid.
of times.
Like, it's terrible.
We'll fucking get like it'll be like Friday nights, like on the weekend, like a lot of people are chilling. We'll always have like 5 people, and then there's like one person. Do we just need one more fucking guy?
We need one more person. Like in Crown of Sorrow, I don't know what our problem is, but we can't do it unless we have 6. Like I don't know what is going on, but we literally can't.
I'm pretty sure almost every single raid in D2 we beat with like 4 people first try. Like we just
besides Crown of Sorrow,
I don't know what our deal is with LFGs. We just don't really like to do it that much. Like we're not really against it. It's just not really our thing. Like it's more fun for us to play just with our like main group of people.
Our main group are really good friends.
So like
mainly just because we mesh so well, like it's so easy to just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Especially that's like the
problems
like
getting
us, like us like main 3 people. Like if you could do raids with 3 people, holy fuck, dude, our lives would be fucking perfect.
Right.
Okay.
Like that's why like Crown of Sorrow, the first 2 phases are so easy because it's like it's 3, like you need 3 groups of 2. So it's like, cool, I'll do this side, Trey, you do that side, Tristan, you do that side, and we can pretty much just do it ourselves. Like we don't need anybody else. But then when we get to the 3rd phase,
to have 6,
like,
that's when it gets.
I'm soloing a plate, but if we screw up a one time, we're fucked.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
It's just.
But yeah, like any other raid, like Scourge, we just plow through it in like 15 minutes.
So like,
except for the final boss fight, sometimes we screw up on damage with just like 3 or 4, but usually like we're totally fine.
Oh, yeah. It's just
and like Leviathan's like cakewalk.
Yeah. God, and it's like just, like so many different reasons of like fucking Thomas, his job.
Yeah, like
fucking hell, fuck that shit. Work for 2 weeks, get home for a week. Work for 2 weeks, get home for a week. Yeah. Like, fuck that. Yeah.
Tank's gone, 2 weeks and then 1 week back.
To get that man to fucking play Destiny with us. And like, it's been bad. Like earlier in D2 is fine. Like it's just like these last, like just Scourge. for some reason, we can just never get a fucking raid.
So that's a good time to plug our damn Discord, which I'll put the link in the description. If you want to join our Discord and you want to just be like, you don't even have to be a part of our clan, but if you just want to join our Discord and like play with us, we will absolutely play with you guys, and we want people to play with us because we need people regardless. So we'd love to start building like a small, tight knit community. So if you want to join our Discord, the link will be in the descriptions on YouTube and the audio
also,
formats as well.
If you do join the Discord, tell us where you are listening to the podcast at.
We'd love to know, like Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Like, how did you find us? Because like right now, like we get views, but we have like no reviews, no interaction with anybody. So if you are listening and you just want to reach out to us, like let us know, because we'd love to know where we're actually getting our viewership. Obviously, we don't have a shit ton of plays, but like we have legitimate amount of plays, and we have no idea where it's coming from. So let us know. We're really, really interested, and like I said, we're more than accommodating to play with you guys, help you out with anything you need if you have any concerns or questions. But really, just if you want some chill people to play with, then join the Discord, or even just hit us up on Twitter or whatever, and let's fucking blast some shit.
Let's fucking play some goddamn Destiny, brother. Gee.
But yeah, it's gonna be a full season. This is the fall, the big fall release. We got the Nightmare Hunts coming up too, like the week following the raid, and the Vex offensive begins. I'm assuming right as the raid like is beaten. So you get the seasonal stuff, and then like Master Nightmare Hunts are coming the 15th. You get the cool exotic quest for Leviathan's Breath, like the big heavy bow. Then you have Festival of the Lost running conjointly with the dungeon, the new exotic quest, and the first raid challenge, plus the final assault on the Vex offensive. Like, there's a lot of shit.
There is a lot of fucking. It's coming.
Like
just looking at this, it's what the fuck.
Yeah, like when you look at the roadmap, you're like, wow, that doesn't even include the stuff that's not on the roadmap. Like, there's going to be other quests that I'm sure we don't know about that's not on the roadmap. We've got a bunch of other, like, we've got pinnacle weapons they haven't even shown yet that we're going to get that you can grind for. You've got other exotics that are probably going to be world drops and quest related.
Doesn't even include Shadowkeep. Like, it has the launch of Shadowkeep, obviously.
Yeah, like it has Shadowkeep launch on 10.1.
Shadowkeep that we don't even know, like, what's happening.
That we did, yeah, we don't know. Like, we don't know how long the campaign's going to be. We don't even know who the villain is. Like, the only thing we know is like the strikes,
it's
the
on
PvP
the moon, bitch.
maps,
that's it.
The Nightmare Hunts, and the moon.
Yeah.
Like, which is big things, but like we have no idea what's actually going to unfold here. Like, it's pretty badass, actually. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, even just from 10.1 to 10.5, to have 4 days of just crazy, like, all new shit, and then the raid comes out. Like, it's a lot of stuff. It's gonna be crazy. I am excited. Like, the more and more that I look at this, I'm like, oh shit, like, can it just be October 1st now, or no?
Honestly, dude, somewhat sucked about. I'm like so excited for it to come, but I'm also like really like scared because fucking there's like a few games that I've like just like want to play through. I'm like, fuck, I can't get that deep into it because like once Destiny comes out, everything else is out of the window. Like, we're gonna play that. Like, dude, it's fucking insane. Like, I gotta fucking do all my shit in Cube World right fucking now. Me and a few friends,
like, I have to end this podcast.
I gotta fucking do this shit. Yeah, I'm fucking talking this shit. I'm not doing anything. No, I gotta. Fucking, me and some friends are gonna play fucking like a playthrough of Conan Exiles. That game. That's
okay. Yep.
This would be a good time. That game's also a fucking survival game that takes a long time to play, so that's gonna be fucking hard. It's gonna be rough.
It is. Like, I'm like,
I gotta really enjoy this week.
Here we go.
Like, decent sleep until it gets fucked again.
Right. That's how I feel. Like, I work graveyards on the weekend, for anybody who has no idea if I've ever mentioned that or not. So like Monday morning, I am now off of work for like the whole week, and I have been working graveyard. So I work from 10 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning. So 8 o'clock Monday morning, I'm gonna have to like force myself to either sleep for just a couple hours and wake up, or like
Dude,
stay up all day
Just knock
and
out
then
the whole
sleep,
day. Just knock
right?
out the entire day.
And then
Try that.
wake up, because I end up waking up really early on Tuesday mornings after my graveyard shifts, because I usually work another job, but I also like I've just slept so long because I'll pass out at like 7 o'clock at night and then wake up at like 6 in the morning. So it's gonna be like 4 hours of like torture.
Oh no! Like, yeah,
waiting,
I see,
sitting here like a
to
jackass, waiting. Like I think I need to like maybe just go get breakfast or something, and like take my mind off of it, because I'll legitimately stare at the Steam page for like 4 hours.
No, that's
just like waiting.
Worst,
like I'm like, is it 11 yet? Is it 11 yet? Like for us, launch time's 11. We're in the Mountain Time Zone. We're based north of Salt Lake City in Utah. So like we're literally just sitting here like jackasses.
God, it's the worst.
And I'll literally wake up like, even if I didn't work graveyards, like the morning of Forsaken, I woke up at like 6 o'clock. Like it's like Christmas for me.
No,
like
yeah,
I'm like up.
exactly.
I'm like, all right, here we go. Like I can't sleep in when a content release comes out. Like I'm like a 12-year-old, like on Christmas morning. Like I literally, like it's terrible. So like I have to sit here for 4 hours like a total idiot, just staring at the screen. Like, hey, are we ready to go yet? I want to go. Come on.
What always ends up happening, like it'll finally become like the time, and then like one person isn't there, and we're like, God fucking damn it! I have to wait like
right.
10 or 20 minutes. Then the game launches. We open the game. We're looking around. They're like, fucking, you better hurry the fuck up, dude.
Right.
Like we're just, oh god, that's the worst fucking thing. That's happened in Borderlands 3. We launched the game, and then fucking I think it was my brother's. Like my brother's wasn't installed all the way yet, because he like didn't preload it, and we were just fucking waiting at the menu for like
waiting.
Dude, you're fucking yeah, it was rough. That shit's awful. Dude, I'm just scared, man, that I'm gonna fuck it up. Like, I'm so bad at sleeping, just kind of in general. It's just not something that I've mastered yet.
Not I've mastered yet.
Not quite.
Mastered the way of sleeping.
Not quite. I'm so scared I'm gonna fuck it up right like the day before Shadowkeep. I guarantee you. Like some bullshit's gonna happen and like
you're like
I'm playing
at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm so tired.
Dude, it's
pass out.
If I do that, I'll be so sad. If I just fucking
don't,
dude. I know,
dude.
It would be so
seriously.
Bad.
Like Monday night, just take a fucking Ambien if you have to. Pass yourself out, so you're awake when the time's ready. Like seriously, Tristan right now, the other host, is passed out. It's 2 o'clock in the middle of the day.
It's fucking 2:30 p.m.
Like this is how I feel on the weekends. Like I come home from my graveyard at 8 and I'm out, and I wake up at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Like that is not happening on Tuesday. Like I will be awake and I'm ready to go. Okay, like I think honestly, what we need to do is this should be our plan. Monday night, we should either like hang out and chill, like playing a game or whatever, but then we pass out at a normal time. And then like if we all wake up early, like we should just go to breakfast. We should just like go get breakfast if we all wake up.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Like we should legitimately just go to like Black Bear or something and just go get breakfast.
Do you like Black
Bear?
Just
hang out.
Restaurant?
I don't mind.
I don't mind it either. I like it too. A lot, like like Tristan and Jason.
I don't mind.
They fucking hate it. Like they're like this is shit. I was
well,
like,
if Tristan's awake, then I guess we can't go. I don't mind Black Bear.
No, yeah, I was just curious because like I like it too, but everybody hates it all the time. I was like, I like Black Bear. I think Black Bear's. I like me.
Like there's not a whole bunch of breakfast places in Ogden to eat, but like Pig in a Jelly Jar is really good.
Pig in a I've never really heard of that place. Where the hell's Pig in a Jelly
Jar's on 25th Street, bro. It's good.
What? Okay, that sounds like a fucking great place. Pig in a Jelly Jar?
No, yeah. Yeah, like it's
okay.
good. Like I was like, I'm down to go to those places. Like I'm not really like a IHOP Denny's guy. Like I like actual restaurants and not chain places, even though Black Bear is a somewhat of a chain. They have a few locations and like on the West Coast. But either way, if we wake up really early, we should just go get breakfast and like hang out and then
I am super down.
Be home at like 10:30. That's the tentative plan. If we end up waking up at like 9 or 10, then obviously not. But I have a good feeling I'm going to be up at like 6 o'clock. So,
oh yeah, if I don't know. Yeah, I'm just Like I finally fixed my shit. It's like I'm getting my schedule right to be able to like play
I was
a
like,
launch.
don't
fine.
fuck up your schedule.
No, yeah, I'm fine now.
Play Conan
I think I'll be
until
chilling.
4:00 in the morning.
I think I'll be chilling. I should like because Tristan's right now is fucked. Like he's gonna have to fix it.
Like,
real
he's
fucking
clearly
soon.
screwed. Yeah,
he's
gotta
gonna have to
that
fix
shit.
his shit real quick. What else we got? Wait, who else we haven't have at launch? I don't even know who. Thomas
for launch. It's always been
just us
three.
It's like because Thomas isn't gonna be here.
Thomas usually is here too, which is
we got Joey. We got Joey.
Joey will be here.
Yeah, I forgot about Joey.
So how are we gonna run the campaign with 4 people? Is the real question. 2 and 2.
Yeah, you're right. Probably just 2-2.
Yeah, Joey will be here. Yeah, fucking Tom is gone. Usually it's shitty because usually he's there. Like his week back is always falls on the 3rd week of the curse.
Yeah.
Which happens to be like the actual launch dates.
Not this time.
But not this time because they delayed it.
Yep.
He was here last week, and that was the original launch for Shadowkeep, the 17th. He was here. And now that they pushed it 2 weeks, he comes back on like the 7th or the 6th. So like the day before the raid, or the day of the raid, I think, is when he comes back.
Sucky.
So it's like super shitty.
Dude, imagine we're just fucking playing it at like where his work.
Dude, I told him, I was like, dude, Google Stadia. Get a shitty whatever. If it's on you can get the TV dongle if they have half decent internet. You use that shit in your hotel room and you activate cross save and you play with us.
Fuck.
Google fucking Stadia. Even though you can't play with us, you can at least level up your shit so you don't fall behind.
So he could just bring his console.
He could do that too.
So if he can't play with us, he might as well just use the console.
That's true, yeah, because he can't play with us unless he was to bring like a PC, which he's not going to bring his PC to work. He works he lives in Wyoming. He works north of Denver.
Yeah,
he's not going to bring his PC. Like that would be like us bringing our PCs for work in like Las Vegas. Like we're not. Doing that.
Fuck that. Does he drive? He drives every single time too.
Yeah.
God, fuck that, man.
Yeah,
fuck that.
It's nuts. Like he makes really good money, but yeah, he's 2 weeks on, 1 week off. He makes really good money, but man, that's like brutal.
No, I know I could not do that. Some people really like that too, just like the having like a ton of days off and then
they
work a lot.
They do like that. Like I don't mind my 310s. Graveyards suck though, but like I don't mind 310s or 410s to get like 40 hours a week and have like a 3-day weekend. Especially if it was like a day shift, you know what I mean? Like if you worked from like 6 to 4 or something, that's not bad. Like I could do that 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And then have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. But yeah, like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks on, or like a month on and a month off. Like some of those crazy ass work schedules are like, geez, I don't know if I could do that. Like one of my buddies did that. He worked, what was it? He had a month off. I know that. I think it was like 2 months on site and working, and then 1 month back home, like completely.
Yeah, I've heard about that before. That
just
fuck no.
all month,
absolutely
like,
not.
no work. But I was like, dude, 2 months straight of like being on the job site and not being able to like really leave. Like at night, you can go to like bars or whatever, but I'm like, dude, that sounds terrible. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's brutal.
That. Fuck no. That sounds like
you're like, no. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I hate my life.
I could not do that.
It's brutal.
Because like I feel like what would happen is like you obviously go to work and then you build up a ton of shit that you're gonna do when you get home. Except you'll probably knock that stuff out pretty soon, and then you just have like a big amount of time where you're at, like for me, I would just be struggling to look for something to do just because I would be so scared of wasting my time because you have like you got to work for so long.
That's legitimately like the predicament that I'm in working the 310s like graveyards. Like I'm like, shit, okay, I have Monday off technically, sort of, even though I'm like really tired. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays off. Like I have the whole week off unless I'm working my other job or doing other like side project. and I find myself like just sitting
sitting
staring
there
at the wall
thinking it's something.
on, like, staring
Just
at the
thinking
wall
it's something.
on, like, Wednesday, and I'm like, fuck me, like, I need to go do something. Like, I can't just sit here like a jackass all week,
Yeah.
because then it makes me feel like I'm wasting my time. Like, I'm like sick. I'm gonna be doing a graveyard again in 2 days, like, and I've done nothing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, it sucks ass. That's why I'm like, especially when we're in a lull of content or I'm not playing any games, that really, like, I'm legitimately just sitting, doing nothing, like, just staring at. Like, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go on a run or work out because I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, no, it's the fucking.
Where it's like, well, next week we've got the launch, so it's literally every time
we'll
spent not working, I'm literally playing the whole fucking time, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. Then I feel like, well, I was doing something I really like doing, so I'm not wasting my time. But yeah,
no, but like even like if you have
like
an
today,
entire month straight,
right? Like there's times where like you
doesn't matter what
probably should just go on vacation.
It doesn't matter what the fuck you like to do. You are not doing it a month straight. Like,
right, like if you make good money, you might as well. I would just fly to like LA or New York and like chill for a week, like make a vacation out of it or something for at least one of the weeks. Because like even if you had a bunch of shit that you needed to do, there's no way it would take you more than like a week.
Yeah, no.
Like even if you have a lot of hobbies, like oh, I want to work on my car when I get home. Like even though the vast majority of the people don't, like that's only going to take you a day or two. Like unless your whole car blew up, like there's not shit that you can. Unless your car died and you had to do an engine swap, like there's no way you could fill out 30 days.
Dude,
and not just have a day where, like, I'm sure the first couple of days after working for that long, you probably just want to sit on your couch and like watch TV or play video games or do whatever. But like after that point, it's like, am I really just going to sit here for 20 days until I have to go back to work? Yeah. Like, that just sounds terrible.
No, yeah, for me, it sounds like the worst fucking thing ever. Because, like, I haven't been working for a while. So, like, games, like, I don't just play games, like, in my off time. Games are the majority of my time. It depends. Like, some weeks it changes, but usually they're the vast majority. So, I'll be done playing all my games. I'll finish all the shit that I'm trying to do. And then I just have this off time where, like, I don't even have games to go back to because that's what I've been doing.
And you're just like...
And then I'm like, what do I fucking do? That's why I started drawing. It's because I literally was like, I'm not so fucking doing anything. Let me just fucking draw shit. Like, and then I just started drawing because of that. Because, like, I don't know. It's like as much
I feel you.
As much as you fucking like, as much as I love video games, I can't play like. Eventually, you get kind of like just tired, and you're just like, fuck, man, I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I've been like this whole last week. Like I didn't grind nearly as much as you for Borderlands, but like I beat it twice and I'm like, all right, sweet. Like I got some good stuff, but like I'm kind of like, I don't really want to play video games right now. I'm kind of just waiting for Shadowkeep to come out. There's nothing really for me to do in Destiny. I don't have any other games that I could really play. Like I'm just sitting here, like not doing anything when I'm not working. So I like have to find shit to do. That's why I've been like messing around, tinkering with my car. I've been cleaning shit up and working out. Like I don't have any other shit to do. Like it's not ski season yet. Like I would just go ski, but I can't because it's fucking September.
It's getting there, dude. You're not that far away.
Dude, it's close. Then I can be done doing
what? Man. Oh, graveyard.
Yeah, in the winter I coach up at the local ski area, ski coach. So then I make more money doing graveyards. And I get to do something that's way more fun. That's for damn sure.
Way more fun.
2 more months, man.
Hanging out at fucking
45 days.
Maverick sounds like a great.
Sucks ass, dude.
I love
God, it's terrible.
It's so funny. The best fucking shit ever is like me and Tristan peak just shit schedule, right? This is like when it's like the worst thing ever.
Come in at 3 a.m,
dude,
2
literally,
a.m.
We're just hanging out talking. He fucking just joins on his phone. It's like, hey, can you just like come on down to my fucking work? I'm so fucking bored. And we're like, all right, that's the best shit ever. Like just seeing in Discord, it's like, hey, fuckers, come fucking hang out on my work. I'm bored as shit. It's like, all right, and we just fucking drive over.
For context, like we all play together, but we all live in the same small mountain community.
Yeah,
and I work graveyards at the shitty ass gas station. Because I don't have a fucking good job right now, even though I have a college degree. And Tristan lives like it's spitting distance. Dude, honestly, I could throw a rock at his head. I would say
you could probably throw a ball and hit his house from your work.
Like spitting distance, and then Trey's on like the other side a little bit further away, but like
not that far.
if their sleep schedule is fucked, like I am literally just alone because we're in a small mountain community at the gas station in the middle of the night by myself, like just cleaning. So like they'll come and just hang out and we'll talk. And we'll talk like Destiny and video games and just shit that's going on. And that's like literally how this podcast started. Was like, we should just do a fucking podcast about this shit. Like we're sitting here like a bunch of idiots at a gas station.
Literally,
why don't we just talk about this while we're at home? Like that's literally what birthed the podcast.
Literally, nobody goes there because it's a little. We're in like a pretty small town. Like there's not that many people.
We're in a really small community. Like nobody's gonna be up at 2:30 in the morning
going to the gas station.
So unless they're happening to go to work.
It's pretty fun.
So we just hang out, because I'm working and then they just chill. So like we'll buy like drinks and just like talk about shit while I'm like doing work.
Like, I'm like 18 right now and I live with my grandma. So like convincing her that I'm gonna go hang out at a gas station at 3 a.m. isn't like.
She's like,
doesn't sound great.
What kind of fucking meth are you buying?
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, don't fucking die. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, don't die.
Yeah, no.
Not that there's any weirdos or anything that live up here, but
it's just funny. It's always funny when I go tell her where I'm going. She's like, what the fuck? Why?
Like, what?
Why are you who the hell are you hanging out with at Maverick at 3 a.m?
So that's the context. That's legitimately the origin story of this podcast. Like we're all really big Destiny fans, and like literally one night I was just like, why don't we just like start a podcast and do this shit? Like we're already like talking about it. Like we love the game. We like talking about it, and we want other people to like play with us. Like why don't we just start a fucking podcast? We need to
record an episode at Maverick.
We should legitimately record an episode at Maverick. The audio quality would be shit.
It would be the
like we're live
ever, dude.
At the fucking gas station.
3 a.m. in the gas station. Oh god, imagine. And we eventually like it gets like popular enough where like your work is like okay with it. And we'll just like bring like a little portable studio set up and just fucking hang out in the gas station. Dude, what a podcast.
What a podcast. But that's literally, for context, that's literally how
it's funny.
The podcast like was started, on the idea of like, we're already talking about it and we love it. Why the fuck don't we just do this? Like, even if it fails miserably and we have 4 people watching like we do right now, or it actually gets popular, like at least we tried. You know what I mean? Like
it's fun.
There's no cost to this really at all. No, so like it's a lot of fun for us to talk about it.
Shit.
Yeah, like we have everything we need. Like we're super nerds and have like super high quality shit. So like we're like, fuck it, let's just do it. We don't need to spend thousands of dollars to do this shit. Like
it's not that big of a commitment, right? Like it's not like
no, not at all.
It's not hurting us at all. Like really,
right, like we have jobs or like we're fine.
Talk about a video game that we fucking like. Hell yeah,
let's do it. So
that's how this.
Started. That's how it started. Tristan doesn't have any input because he's asleep, but he would agree right now. Pretty much how it started.
He's been asleep for a while. He fell asleep at like 5 in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning.
Oh, he's been out, man. Probably be up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
But what like that's the roadmap. Like getting back on like actual in-game or upcoming shit. That was the roadmap. Even though it's a lot of stuff. Like we have no idea what the raid challenge is going to be or anything like that. But there's a lot of stuff. So I'm excited for that. What else did you have? Anything else? Doesn't even have to be Destiny related. I have one more thing. But do you have anything?
Nothing really. Nothing like super impactful. It would really mean anything other than just like random bullshit. What are you thinking of?
Okay. The only thing that I had that I mentioned a little bit was the seasonal rank rewards, like the season pass / I guess that's what they're calling it. Is just this. It's weird because
the battle pass.
Yeah, like it's a battle pass, but like they have the season, but they're calling it a seasonal pass. But the season pass is the
just call it a battle pass.
Like they need to come up with a name for this. They're not going to call it battle pass, but they need to come up with a name for this. I will use the term battle pass. The season rank rewards, the battle pass. How do you feel about it?
I like it. That's one thing that I've seen. Like a lot of games do that. Like they'll add battle passes to games, and it's like a Fortnite thing. Like Fortnite's like kind of the thing that like made it popular. But I really like them. Right. I think that I don't think they're bad.
I don't think it's bad either.
Yeah, I like
the way
battle passes. They're satisfying sometimes.
The best. Like,
yeah,
the way Fortnite does it, to my knowledge, is like the new battle pass comes out, and can't you just buy it? Like all of
you can if you want to,
ranks, you can just buy it.
You can if you want, yeah.
Like, not necessarily pay to win. Well, I don't know how it is in Fortnite.
I mean, no, yeah, it's just cosmetics.
Like, it's not really like pay to win, but like you just get everything, right? Like, you don't even have to play the game. I do not like that idea at all. I'm glad Bungie's not doing that. You can pay for ranks, but it's going to be at the end of the season, like the last 2 to 4 weeks at the end of the season. I hope they stick with just the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I'd prefer it to be just the last week, but the last 2 weeks is fine for me. But I really like what they're doing here, and I'm glad you can't just be like, all right, sweet, Shadowkeep launched, I'm going to spend $40 and just buy all the shit for it.
Yeah,
like that is not the spirit of Destiny, in my opinion. But
no, definitely not. It would just be like, it's just kind of useless. Like, what's the point of having the battle pass? I mean, I guess it's just like more cosmetics for people to buy in like Fortnite anyway. Like, some just want to buy the skins and use the skins. I understand, but yeah, for Destiny, it's definitely better to like.
Yeah, for Destiny, it's totally different because you've got obviously the majority of the rewards look like armor materials.
You don't have to buy the battle pass separately, do you? It's just in the game, right?
So how the battle pass works, for clarification for you and for anybody who doesn't know, there is seasonal rank rewards, which is the battle pass. There's a free reward track.
Yeah, okay. That's
for anybody who doesn't buy, right? So for anybody who doesn't buy the season pass, which includes the battle pass, we'll make that distinction now. Like, if you buy that season of content, it includes the premium track of the battle pass. So if you buy Season of the Undying, which right now is included with Shadowkeep, so if you buy Shadowkeep for $30, you get Season of the Undying, which includes the premium track to
it's like
the battle pass. So like right now, it's pretty much free, like bundled in. Like you get the season. You can buy the season separately if you don't buy Shadowkeep, but like I don't know anybody in their right mind who wouldn't just buy Shadowkeep. You get the season with it. So like that doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't do that. So like, but for future seasons, each season you can buy the collector's edition or the whatever it is, the premium edition of Shadowkeep for $60, and you get everything. So you get all of the season passes for the whole year and all of the premium battle pass tracks and rewards. So like that's the clear distinction. If you pay $60 for Destiny right now, you get everything for the whole year, all premium content, like every single bit of it, every last thing, you get it all for $60. But then they're doing the a la carte seasons, right? So like if you just bought Shadowkeep, you get Season of the Undying with it and the battle pass as well. But let's say you don't want to buy it. Okay, that's fine. Then you won't get the premium track for the battle pass. It's included with the season. You can't buy it separately. So you'll be on the free seasonal track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same. That's what other battle passes are like too. There's like a paid track and then a free track as well.
Right. And so how, like, the only distinction I'm trying to make really clear, and I'm probably screwing it up really bad, is it's tied to the season itself. Yeah. So, like, if you purchase the season of content, you get the premium battle pass. It's not a separate purchase. That makes sense.
Clear. That makes sense to me. I understand what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. So just for everybody who doesn't know or is confused, that's the point that I'm trying to make, is if you buy the season, you get the premium track for the battle pass. If you don't buy the season, you don't get the premium track and you can't buy it either. You have to buy the season. So for the $10 you pay for the season, you get the battle pass too. They're not like trying to upcharge you. They're not like $10 for the season. Oh, and $10 for the battle pass. It all just comes together for $10 or $60 for the whole year if you buy the Shadowkeep Deluxe, which is what I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the way Fortnite works, or worked when I played it, which was like the first like 5 seasons, was you can obviously the game's free. Like the updates are all free for Fortnite.
Yeah, I was gonna say the game's free.
And the updates are free too.
Like everything's free.
Everything is free. But the seasonal stuff is tied to the battle pass. So the battle pass,
and you have to buy the battle pass.
I think you can pay $5. I think it's $5. It might have been $10, but I'm pretty sure it was $5. It was, you got access to the premium track of the battle pass, but you had to earn everything. But you do challenges every week and like earn all this stuff. Or you could pay
Or you
a
pay
certain
for
amount
it.
of money,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
could
I
buy a
get it
certain.
all.
You could pay like I think it was like $1 per like reward, and it's like 1 out of 100. So you could pay
Holy
$1 to
shit.
get one thing. Well,
Okay.
I think you could buy the whole thing for like 20.
You could pay
I think,
100. Okay,
well,
you pay the whole thing for $20 or $30.
No. You can pay
No?
25 and get boosts towards it, so you get it faster.
Oh, okay.
But if you bought the
Okay.
entire thing, I think it is like 100. It's a lot of money. It was a lot of money to get the entire track.
I was gonna say probably a shitload of money.
It was quite a bit. But I don't know. It wasn't like I think you could buy the entire thing for like 50 cents. I don't think it was 100.
Gotcha.
Or like something. But I know if you bought like there's like the $5 version, there's a $15 version where you start with like the first 25 already. Like you just skip that.
Right,
amount.
you get like the premium edition. You get the first 20 ranks or whatever.
Yes, and then everything else after that was normal. But then you could just like I don't remember how much it was, but you could just spend a certain. Oh, I'm a moron. It was probably like a $50 per thing because it was a certain amount of you had to buy V-Bucks in that game. So then it was like a certain amount of those. That probably translated to roughly like a $50 per level.
Okay.
So it was probably like $50 to buy the whole thing. But yeah, then you could just like a lot of people would just buy the entire pass.
I was gonna say because that's what I could have sworn I heard somebody. I couldn't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was one of the guys on Destiny Reset or if it was on DCP or Fireteam Chat or Reddit or whatever. But they said like in Fortnite you could legitimately go in day one of the season and just buy everything.
No, you can. Yeah, you can.
All of it.
You can
all 100 ranks.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, that's what I thought. In Destiny, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
For anybody who thinks that you can, you cannot. You have to wait until the last. I'm assuming they're going to stick with 2 weeks, but they said 2 to 4 weeks. The last 2 to 4 weeks, the end of the season, they'll allow you to purchase catch-ups for the rank rewards. Which, whatever, I don't really care. I'm just glad it's not upfront. Like spend $50 and you get all of it. I think that's stupid.
No, yeah,
so
it's dumb as shit.
Because the incentive for me is like this is great because obviously I'm going to get all the premium tracks and you get all the free season. You get all the free track stuff too with your rank ups too. If anybody's confused, if you have the premium, you get the free and the premium at the same time. So you're getting double drops. But for me, it's great because you're getting these ranks as you play through the season, and it's like always something even more to chase. Like when you look at towards the tail end of this thing, you get the sick ass Vex armor starting at like rank, I think it's rank 60-ish, rank 64. I think you get the gauntlets first, which are universal ornaments. So I'm like, I have a season long progression to get the coolest armor in the game, which we can debate on whether or not it's good that it's in the battle pass or not. But the sickest looking armor in the game, and they have some really, really cool ornaments for like weapons, a really cool exotic ship. You get some ascendant materials. You get
I'm gonna say you
the
can get
cool
engrams and stuff too.
I was gonna say you get exotic engrams. You get the best of year 2 engrams on the year 2 stuff you haven't gotten. It works just like this season. You get the best of year 2 instead of the best of year 1. And then the rank 100, the final reward, is like a really badass ornament for Ariana's Vow, like the sniper hand cannon thing.
Yeah.
And so, like, for me, I'm just like, this is really cool because I have a season long, like a 12-week, 10-week progression where I'm like constantly, whatever the fuck I'm doing in the game, I'm constantly going to be getting rewards. Like, you could just go grind out strikes. If you're bored, you could patrol, and you're still working towards some thing, like some type of reward, whether it's, glimmer or an armor piece or whatever. It's not just like, oh, I'm just messing around in patrols because I'm bored. Like, you're not going to get anything from that at all in the way the game is right now, unless you're like in strikes grinding pinnacle weapons or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's
Which
like why I really like this. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, I like little, just like mindless grinds. Just so you don't have to like pay attention. You can just kind of hop in and do whatever, and then just
like we could be focusing on the raid and just be in there for like hours, and then like you're like, oh shit, like I don't know how fast the progression is going to be, but you could be like, oh, I got like 2 or 3 ranks. Oh, that's cool. Like I got a new like weapon or something that I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say
doing
most
it behind the scenes
in other games
really cool.
that I've played and like experienced, you can usually complete the battle pass in just a few days. Like it isn't usually that bad. Besides Fortnite, because Fortnite has like weekly challenges.
Gotcha. They have the challenges.
That's the only way that you can progress it. You can't just like
Gotcha.
play games and just have like a passive XP thing. So with Destiny's thing like that, I don't know. how it'll be paced out. If there's because there's not like weekly challenges specifically for the battle pass, are there? Like you just get XP as you play, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's no weekly challenges.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think bounties, though, will still give you
Yeah.
XP, and that will accelerate your battle pass as well. Luke Smith gave a pretty good indication of like how much you're going to be getting and where your ranks are going to be at, like how it's tuned. And I'm trying to find it so I can read it like verbatim and not just make random shit up. Let me see here real quick. I'm just gonna find it real quick while we're talking. But yeah, I think they're doing it properly this time. I don't think they're really gonna fuck any of this up. I think it's gonna be good, but we'll see.
Yeah. Just curious how long it'll take to max out. Like I don't know. I'm trying to debate if I want it like relatively short, meaning like a few weeks, like two.
Here it is.
To like 2 to 4 weeks, or if I want it like in a season long. I don't know.
I found it here.
Okay.
So he says this initial version, talking about the battle pass, is our starting point, and the way we've designed seasons moving forward means you're going to be able to have the flexibility to tune how this works once we see how Season of Undying goes. So they're basically just saying,
yeah,
this is the first version.
Yeah.
Pardon us if we screw this up. We've got, chances to fix it. But he says, for example, here's a question. Did Bungie just raise the XP needed to get a rank to some ridiculous level so that players have to buy ranks at the end of the season? And he answers that question with a firm no. He says, for example, in our internal team tests, playing strikes at a fairly relaxed manner, 18 minutes per strike. That's long as shit. Like, there's no reason you should spend that long. You should be able to do 2 strikes in 18 minutes.
Yeah.
With full stacks of bounties. Give the exception of something like the Corrupted, which usually takes longer. But you should be able to get probably at least 1, but probably 2, depending on the strike, like you said, in 18 minutes.
Yeah, but one strike would probably take like 5 to 7 minutes usually. You can absolutely
rip through strikes, right? Like he says, 18 minutes per strike with full stacks of bounties. You can get a seasonal rank in less than an hour. So he's still saying they have full stacks of bounties. I'm assuming just like Vanguard bounties, and then 18 minutes per strike within an hour. So
what does it mean full stacks per bounty? What does he mean by that?
Full stacks of bounties. I think what he means is like they.
Worth of bounties?
I think what he's saying is how I'm taking this is that the full stack of bounties from Zavala per day. So like the 5 bounties. I think that's what he's talking about. So like
that's also one time. Like once you complete those bounties, the rest of the strikes that day
are done.
Correct. You can't really test that for an entire hour. Like if you do if you had those bounties every single time, like the entire time, you'd probably get a ton, but you don't.
Right. Exactly. So I think the way that he's trying to say this in like the easiest terms possible is that they got 1 seasonal rank in just under an hour, playing 18 minutes per strike, and they turned in 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So 5 Vanguard bounties, plus let's say 3 or 4 strikes, because it's 18 minutes per strike. Let's say they did 4 strikes and 5 bounties, gives you about a seasonal rank, so 1. So like that gives you a pretty good indicator of like, okay, there's 100 season ranks.
So it'll be a decent amount of.
If you get 10 ranks in about 8 hours, then okay, about 80 hours is what it's going to be.
Yeah, interesting.
To get 100 ranks, and that's only playing strikes with full stacks of bounties.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Like 80 hours in a season.
We can knock that shit out real quick.
We can knock that out in probably 2 or 3 weeks. And the season lasts 10 weeks. So like even a semi-casual player, as long as you go in there and know, okay, the first 3 ranks are triple XP because you have the well-rested buff, right? So you get the first 3 ranks each week are going to be really quick. And that's per account now, not per character. So your first 3 each week are going to be really, really quick. And then you just need to prioritize your time. Like if you want to get the rewards from this battle pass without having to pay, or if you want to get them quick, like you get the bounties done and you just do whatever you want to do. And you should be able to get it in a pretty modest time. Like, you
That's
already
what you
know,
like to
like,
do
people,
for-
like, the hardcore guys, like, Glad and Datto are going to get it in, like, probably a week or two. Like, they're going to play the first week. They're probably going to play 80 hours in the first week, if not more. Like, they're probably going to have rank 100 right after the raid comes out. Like, it literally wouldn't surprise me one bit if they have all of the shit already before the dungeon comes out. Like, they've got rank 100. It wouldn't surprise me. The dungeon comes out on like the 21st, I think, or the 26th or something. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they had it by then. But we'll see. Just by the way that he's describing it here.
Is the 29th.
29th. Like, I'm
by the dungeon.
I'm very confident that those guys will have everything by the 29th.
I think me and you and Tristan could get it by this.
Yeah, like, I think that we'll probably have it by the time the dungeon launches, and, like, we're pretty hardcore players. Obviously, we're not streamers, but, like, we're pretty hardcore players. I think we'll have it by the 29th because we know we play a lot, and, like, I'll do bounties this season, knowing, like, I'm going to get more XP and I can get this shit quicker. Like, I'm going to do bounties. I'm not going to go out of my way and, like, complete bounties, but, like, I'm going to pick up all the bounties that I know I can do, and I'm going to do them.
Yeah. I'm really curious what he means by full stack. Like, exactly. Like, I think you're probably right. Just like one reset of like Zavala's inventory.
That's what I take it as, like, at face value, but I could be way off.
And so you can also do like
I have no idea.
Certain Gambit bounties you can do in Vanguard Strikes. You can do like there's other.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of, and there's a fuckload of bounties.
You could do,
like,
yeah. You can include like Eververse bounties.
There's people right now that have 50 bounties, or like the max amount of bounties, whatever it is it like 100 now or something, ready to go. Like, they're ready to go. Like, on 10-1, they're literally going to drop in and just turn them all in and get to probably like rank 10 or 15 like right away.
Yeah, I have not been doing that
unless they change bounties. Unless they change bounties and like get rid of them during maintenance, but I doubt they will. They never have. So
yeah.
Like,
I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that at all. Like, save up like a fuckload of bounties. That doesn't sound.
All I'm doing is I've saved up like 10 or 15 because I want to get the artifact really quick. I want to get to rank 7. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only. I've only. Like I said, like maybe like 6 or 7. I plan to save like 10 or 15 just to get to rank 7 quickly to get the artifact, and then after that, I'm gonna make it like the most natural progression that it can be. But I really want that artifact so we can start messing around with that. Like, if we're gonna try the raid, like, we need some of those mods unlocked.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, definitely want to get that shit out of the way.
Exactly. So, and that's about it, really, for me at least.
I wonder how impactful that artifact's going to be. It's going to be weird playing with like that artifact thing. It's like, it's so different.
I think there's going to be some mods on there that are going to be really, really good. We haven't seen every single one, but there's been some really useful ones, like the ammo ones. You know, like that could be really, really clutch in a raid. Like,
oh no, yeah.
Oh, we all need
It's going to be cool
playing
around seasonal artifacts. That's really interesting.
Yeah, like each season, it's going to change and they're going to be way different. So I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Playing the game different ways every season. Like, every season. Just having something unique, like a way to play around the game itself, I think would be kind of cool.
Yep. I agree 100%. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. But yeah, like looking through the season rewards or the battle pass rewards, like I'm like, yeah, that's what, like, I just want to get the artifact really quick, rank 7 on the free path. I don't know if that's going to unlock earlier on the premium track. I don't think so, but it might. Nothing else is like super, super enticing to me until like the very end, because I know you get Ariana's Vow on rank 1. So like for us on the premium track, like we're going to get that hand cannon right away so we can play around with it.
Do you?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
It's rank 35 on the free.
This picture that you have me looking at the premium track?
Bottom track, all blue. It should be, yes. The picture that you have up on your screen should be all the premium track. At the very end, on rank 100, it's the ornament for Ariana's vow.
Yeah, but it says
So then, yes,
Ariana's vow is 35 on this thing.
That's for the free. That's for the free track.
What? Okay, wait.
I think it has both on there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does too, because it has a little thing.
It should have both. I'm looking at the actual Bungie website. Mine, I'm looking at the actual Bungie website. Okay, it has them in parallel, and you just scroll through each.
So you get the exotic hand cannon at the very beginning.
If you own the premium track, you get it at rank 1, like it's instant. Which there's debate on whether or not that's cool, but
yeah, which I guess is fair. Okay.
But yeah, for the premium track, yes, and then for the free, if you're just on the free, you don't buy Shadowkeep or whatever, then it's rank 35.
Okay.
But yeah. Like I said, the only thing I'm like super excited for, get the artifact as quickly as possible, and then it's the Vex of the ornament armor, like the sick seasonal.
Definitely.
Like I'm excited for that, but that starts at rank 64. You get the shoulder, or you get the arms at 64. You get the boots at 67. You get the class item at 77. You get the chest at 87, and then it caps off with the helmet at rank 97. So, like, you've got a long-ass time before you build that armor up all the way, unless you're just killing bounties and playing hours upon hours.
I'm going to say that they pick something that I want.
Yeah, like, they threw it in there. Like, they want people to buy this shit, and they want people to play. Like, they know what they're doing.
That set is so good.
For all classes. Like, I mean, mainly the Titan and the Hunter, but...
Yeah.
Man, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm really,
set.
Really excited. It's like one of my favorite sets I've seen in D1 and D2.
I would say it just gives me VOG flashbacks of the VOG armor back in the day.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's like those are the things that I'm like really excited for. Like there's only 2 weapons in the track besides the vow, and it's it looks like an auto rifle and an LMG, and I'm like that. Yeah. And I'm like that's cool, but like like I'm sure there's gonna be way cooler guns. Besides those that you actually get, you know what I mean? So also, I'm like, and the ornaments, that's fine.
Yeah,
but...
the ornaments are for those two weapons.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean,
there are a few like legendary and exotic engrams in there.
Yeah, like who knows what they'll decrypt into? Like you have no idea. They could be new exotics. You know what I mean?
Think it's probably just a random, like every.
I think it'll be random, but like I wonder if you'll be able to get new exotics from those.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess I don't know for sure, but I would. Definitely put my
you would assume. Like I would assume as well. And there's quite a few in there. Like there's quite a bit.
There's
like,
3,
I think there's like
I believe.
There's 3 or 4.
I think there's
1, 2, 3, 4.
Where's the 4th? I see 65, 74, and 98 are exotic engrams.
There's one at 60 on the free track. It's the first one.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's one. There should be one.
Oh, you know what? There's one at 25 too. Yeah. So there's 5. It looks like. So you have 5 chances here to get
exotic engrams.
Exotic engrams, or weapons, armor. Like there's definitely like we haven't even talked anything about like what's new. You know what I mean? Like we've spent 2 hours already. We haven't even talked about any of the weapons that we've seen or any of the armor. Like we're really just coming back and like hitting the really high stuff here, like the high arcing things about the game, and mainly just that it's so close already. But
it's just been mostly just like a recap of just all the fucking hype just accumulating.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like we haven't even gone into detail about some of this stuff. There's some really cool shit. I'm really excited. But
super fun. What's the thing that's at 96? It looks just like a
bright dust.
Oh, it's bright dust?
Yeah. Who knows how much? I would assume like 500 or 1,000.
Yeah, it's probably a fuck ton. There's only one time, and it's that late in the thing. I'll bet it's a shitload. I mean, probably not more than like $20 worth. Probably like. I guess yeah.
You would hope that it would be like 5,000, but I feel like it's probably like 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like 1,000 to 2,000 is like a good.
The only things I'm like interested in when I'm looking at the battle pass is like rank 92, rank 91, rank 93. Like, what the fuck are those?
Oh yeah, the little tokens, little coins.
Right. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I see like a Vex token, but then like next to it are like banners. Like, one looks like a Crucible banner, and another one looks kind of like a
There's like a
Vanguard-esque.
the green, black, red, and banners.
Green, black, red, and blue. Where's that at?
Well, no,
What rank are you looking at?
They're different colors. There's black banners, green banners, red banners, and blue banners. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Like some of the banners are red. In the picture that I'm looking at.
Oh, I see one that's black. Yeah, I see one that's black. Yeah, that's what I'm confused. Because
no, there's a bunch of them.
When you look at them through the season ranks, right? Like you have the one with a hammer on it.
Yeah, that's the black
I'm like,
one.
what the hell is that? And then you have one with like 3 swords on it. I'm like, what the hell's that? And then you have one with like a Spartan helmet, and it's clearly Gambit. Like it's got the Drifter Snake on there.
Is the Spartan helmet not for? Is it not red for you? Or green?
It is green on rank 53, but I'm not sure if there's a red one or not. Like I'm just looking through these. There's a Spartan.
Yeah, no, you're right.
There's a Spartan helmet that's blue on 43.
If you go to 63,
and I'm like,
there's a
what
red
is
Spartan
this? Oh,
yeah.
See, that's what I'm like. What is this? Like, is this like Valor points? Is that what that is? Like, you get some Valor points for hitting the rank?
Maybe.
But then the only other thing I'm confused about is like, so would you get Vanguard tokens or like Iron Banner tokens? Because they don't have ranks; they just have tokens. So I'm like, huh. And then I'm like,
yeah.
the one box is pretty clearly planet materials because you can see like Alakine dust.
Yeah.
And like the etheric spiral. I know what that is. I don't know what rank 60 is. Like those
the little exotic shards looking things.
Crystal things. Yeah, they look like exotic shards almost, but like I have no idea what that is. And then like the Black Garden like token, the rank
32, 52, 72.
72, 892. Like what the hell is that thing?
Yeah, I have no.
Like those are some of the things that like nobody's ever mentioned. Like I've never heard anybody really bring it up or talk about it, and I'm like, I wonder what those are. Like I'm genuinely curious to be like to know like what the hell is that. Same with like the boxes on the free rewards, like on like rank 2, 4, 8. Yeah. Like I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like I've never seen that before. I have no idea what that is.
It's very.
And like they suddenly just stop. After rank 30, like done. Like you don't get any more.
I wonder if the red things are like the moon planetary material, is what I would guess, but I'm not sure.
Oh, but I hope helium filaments are coming back, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, man.
The helium filaments, yeah.
I mean, you have no idea. Yeah, you could be totally right.
I have no clue. Yeah, no.
But that's why I've looked over this a few times just out of curiosity, and I'm like, what is this stuff?
The little Vex tokens, they remind me of Motes of Light, but they're like with no light.
Well, they remind me of strange coins.
That's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I meant. I meant strange coins. That's what I was.
I wish those were a thing still.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say Motes of Light. I did mean strange coins. Is what I was talking about. But it looks like those, but like broken.
It does. Yeah, it totally looks like that. But yeah, exactly like broken, and it doesn't have like the weird thing in the middle. Yeah, I'm like, what are these things? Like, I'm genuinely curious as to like what some of these rewards are, and I've never seen anybody talk about it or cover it at all. From YouTube to other podcasts to Reddit to any of our friends, like not a single person has been like, what the hell is all this other stuff in the past? Not a single person's mentioned it to my knowledge. And I'm like, I'm not necessarily like excited to find out, but I'm just really curious. Like as we're ranking up, I'm like, I wonder what we're going to get at rank 3, like that blue badge. I have no idea what the hell that is.
I think you know. Yeah, wait. Yeah, no, what the fuck? What is that? I have no fucking clue. I think we definitely
right?
on the
I'm like what
the red, green, and blue. I think is definitely Vanguard Crucible Gambit like reputation or whatever the fuck.
Yep. Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna be like tokens or like rank or something. Like it has to be because it's clear as day. Like those are the like birds for the Crucible. That's the snake for Gambit. But like I have no idea what you're gonna get.
Interesting. I wonder if it's like a Crucible weapon.
Yeah, that was the other thing that I was thinking, like maybe just a random Crucible weapon, but like most of those are ass.
yeah.
Whatever, I guess, like free legendary shards. Unless they redo the loot pool, which I guarantee they're not. So
that's something a little like surprised by. Like every season in D1, they would always add like a completely new loot pool for like the crucible.
Yeah,
weapons.
the vendor refreshes are something a lot of people are like, come on, guys, like why can't we get vendor refreshes? Because like even the factions did too. Like it was a lot of new shit every
like a
DLC
lot of
drop.
weapons.
A lot of new weapons. But
Yeah,
it was cool. I do miss that. Even though I didn't use it all the time, I miss that. And I miss Arms Day. Like on Wednesday, going to Banshee and testing out guns and like putting in a package for the next week. That was always fun.
Yeah, that was cool. It was like Destiny Amazon is what we call it.
Destiny Amazon. Try it out and we'll ship it to you.
Yeah, you just fucking order weapons.
But yeah, that's where I'm at.
And factions in general. Why are they gone? The factions were the shit. I mean, they weren't like that cool, but it was just cool to have like little things to get like other types of weapons that you want. And like
I think that's probably the biggest request.
Is bringing
back factions or like do something with factions. Like you have this great set of factions that each have really cool themes and like they're just sitting there not being used at all. Like you have guns in the game too that people can't get. You have shader, like you have so much stuff in here that you could bring back, and Bungie's never said anything about it.
That's so weird. They haven't even mentioned it.
Yeah, like the only thing they've said is like we don't have any plans to come back. Like that's it.
Oh, I wonder why.
I don't know either. I think it's so weird.
Yeah, because the factions were so cool. Especially when they added like those fucking ships. Like me, like leveling up New Monarchy to get that fucking Taken King New Monarchy ship. Holy fuck! Like that was one of like my favorite things ever. Like finally getting that ship was so fucking like satisfying, I guess. Like it was always just fun, like loading up every week and just doing like New Monarchy events, or just not like specifically, but wearing like
one of my favorite things was getting the exotic mark. Like I was like so happy when I got it. I was like, hell yeah, this was so cool. And a lot of people have mentioned that too from YouTube.
I was a
Reddit.
fucking
like, bring exotic class marks back.
No, yeah, I don't. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. I don't know why that's gone. Like they even had like the faction rally for just like a tiny bit, but it didn't really do. Like the faction rally thing was huge. I was really kind of just like, because like they just left again. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. No, I was just kind of thinking in my head, like, yeah, I really wish that they were still in the game. Like, even though they weren't like in D2, they weren't like an integral part of the game, and I didn't really like faction rallies at all. I still miss like being able to rep a faction and like getting the weapons, just like the theme stuff. Like it just always, I'm like, oh man, that's too bad that we can't get any of that now.
Like even if
it always feels bad when they take something in the game and like pull it out. You know what I mean? You're like, unless it was fucking awful. Like Trials of the Nine, I actually don't miss at all.
Not at all.
But the factions I do, just because of the whole theme about it.
Like even if they brought it back, like in day one, it was really basic. Like nothing, it wasn't that,
super basic.
Like, but it was still just like something to do. It was still kind of fun. Like
it was something to like. It was just like the battle passes now. Like as you're playing, you're gonna get random shit, and like you might get a decent weapon out of it or a cool shader. And majority of the cases, really badass shaders, like the best ones in the game.
Yeah, the fucking Dead Orbit shaders were the shit.
Yeah, like the Dead Orbit shaders are badass, and like some of the new Monarchy ones are really cool too.
Yeah, no, it was
with the right armor, but yeah, the Dead Orbit ones were the tits.
Like fucking, I remember in D1, like everybody was a hunter with fucking Dead Orbit shaders, and it was like it was like yeah, it was
I agree.
I miss fucking the like big giant New Monarchy cape I used to wear with them and the fucking hunter. The shit. Yeah, I'm looking at it on the actual Bungie website, the season pass, and you can see way like what the things are, but like I still don't know what they are. But like on that little picture that I was looking at, like I couldn't really tell if it was like Vanguard or like Crucible. You know, like those things are definitely like Vanguard and Crucible.
Right.
What is that? I'm trying to think of what like symbol that is. You go to like 76, it almost looks like the Red Legion.
76.
Isn't that what that is? The little symbol in the background behind the white one.
Rank 76 on the premium track, right? Because that's the only reward.
Yeah. What's that logo in the background?
It looks like a rip-off version of the Rasputin logo.
Does it? I was just thinking it was like the Red Legion logo. What is the Red Legion logo?
I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. Red Legion Destiny logo. Isn't it like a weird square looking thing? Yeah. It's like a upside down U.
Yeah. It is like a double weird. Yeah. I've seen that fucking picture before. Exactly. Not the Rasputin.
That logo behind that, though, I've seen that before in Destiny.
Definitely something.
Anybody listening knows what that fucking logo is.
Dude,
we're talking about
piss me off
rank 76 on the seasonal rank rewards,
I think
the premium
it shows up
track.
Before that too. Hold on. Yeah, it's on like 56.
Oh, it's on 56 too. Yeah,
46,
like there's this logo, and we can't decipher what it is.
It's on like all.
Can't figure it out.
It's every sixth thing, pretty much.
Every sixth package is
on
the logo.
It's
like.
5 and 7 both have it, and then after that, it's always like the same. It's like every single.
Interesting.
What the fuck is, dude? That's gonna make me so mad not knowing what that is. Because I know that fucking logo. I just can't think of what the. God damn it. Fucking find out. What's the box at the very beginning of it? The little like Vex box.
I've got a feeling because it's rank 1 that it's just going to give you Ariana's Vow, and they're not showing it, even though they show it later. But I could be totally wrong, and it could because Luke Smith literally said you get it at rank 1 on the premium track. But I could be totally wrong, and it could have other shit in there too. Okay. I'm just assuming they did that as like a little image instead of having it twice, so then people don't get confused when they get down to 35. They're like, wait a minute, we get 2 of the same thing. That's just what I think, but I could be way off there.
Yeah, that's fair. I was curious. They definitely just look like old, rusted, strange coins.
I agree. I thought the same thing when I saw it. I was like, ooh, strange. Oh, wait, no, that's not.
What? How is it? I haven't even looked at the battle pass that much at all until like just now. Like I looked at the thing, but I didn't like really pay attention to what everything was. So. I think we're good though, man. It's been like 2 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Say I don't have anything really else besides that. We took a long time on this trying to figure out everything and talk about it, but
it's also kind of
I think we're
research mid podcast, but we're chilling.
Yeah, sorry we didn't come fully. I mean, we were prepared. We knew what we wanted to talk about, but sometimes up when we want to go in detail. I don't know. Well, who the fuck's gonna know 100 reward? Like, oh yeah, by the way, rank 85, you get the Ascendant materials. So, just a reminder. But yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, if you have anything to close, we don't have any announcements, right, for the podcast really at all.
Really. Like other than like during Forsaken, we're probably gonna post way more consistently because there's more shit to talk about, and we're just like in the mood of the game.
Right. Like we're definitely gonna try to get back on a weekly basis. Like that's where we want to be at. But if it's really busy and we can at least do bi-weekly, we'll do that. But I'd like to be on a weekly cadence. But yeah, there's going to be so much stuff to talk about in game and future stuff. Like it's going to be so busy that we're gonna be on.
Maybe. Keep an eye out for like some streams. Those might start streaming a little bit. Also, during the
Yeah,
season?
definitely. Yeah, keep an eye out for some streams or any videos like that. But yeah, probably streams. And we'll link it all and tweet about it and stuff. So
Maybe even a guide or two, depends. Let's see.
yeah, we've been throwing out a bunch of ideas on this little break that we've had. So we want to try to figure out a good way. Like obviously the main thing is going to be the podcast. That's what we like to do, but we like to do a little bit more, video orientated stuff as well. So we're trying to figure out how to balance it all out. And if you have any feedback or anything or any requests too of what you want to see, if you think, a bi-weekly podcast with some videos is better than just a podcast, or if you want all of it, let us know. If you want videos and a weekly podcast or whatever, just let us know if you have any suggestions. So I think that's it. That's a good wrap on everything.
2.5.
Dude, that's how it's supposed to be, man. If you're gone for a month, the podcast better be 2 hours or longer.
Fair point.
We've got a lot of shit that we didn't even cover, so we'll be back soon enough. Hopefully we can do a recording. I mean, we're all going to be home and playing the game next week. So if we set out, an hour or two next week to record like the night before the launch of the raid, that would be cool. We're missing the TWAB this week. That comes out tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to reveal the pinnacle weapons this week. I think that's what we're going to miss on the TWAB, but
maybe we can make like a super short, like 10-minute episode.
I was going to say, but we could make a short episode. If the TWAB is really juicy, we could cool. We could record another episode and throw it up there and get Tristan's ass on here. So we have our other guy. Yeah, let us know. Even if you actually like are listening and you want to be on the show, you could literally be a guest on the show one time too. I think that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that'd be nice. You're wrong.
Like that would be. Yeah, like I don't care at all. I think that would be really, really cool. If you had like a bunch of questions for us, we could do almost like a live version of the show and start getting on some community members. I think that's like a really cool way to actually interact with us. If you actually want to be on the show, just, bring your knowledge and bring your expertise and your questions. If you have any, like just hit us up. Like I said before, on our Twitter or email. But that's it, brother. I think I think that's good. Like
I did the intro today. Means you gotta do the outro.
All right, man. Well, where can we find you on the interwebs, Trey?
It's pretty much the same thing on every platform. Just the way that it will be in the description of this video. I'll put all the shit in the description, so it shouldn't be hard to find.
Perfect. Well, my name is Hudson, or Duke of Harlem. You can find me on the same channels. I run most of the Super Good Advice stuff, so like the Twitter is obviously going to be at SGA Podcast, but for my personal stuff, it's YouTube, and then like Twitch and stuff, which is just Duke of Harlem. Harlem spelled with 2 A's. So for Tristan, who's not here, he's at Azra, so AZRA, pretty much for everything, unless AZRA. And then is it like Azrakis, right, for something else?
Yeah.
Is that his Twitch?
I'm not sure if this is Twitch, but yeah, sometimes he'll put a KIS on the end if it's certain things.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's where you can find us if you're concerned with the podcast and all the news surrounding that. Everything is just Super Good Advice or SGA Podcast. Most of it's going to be SGA Podcast, but for our email, it is supergoodadvicepodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to hit us up with any concerns, comments, like we said before throughout the podcast. If you skipped through it, if you have questions on like PC, if you want to build a PC, if you want to be on the podcast, if you have questions for us to answer on the podcast, feel free to reach out to us there or send us a DM on Twitter, which is at SGA Podcast. And that is it, guys. We will see you on the moon.